Hey Dion, how's it going, man? I'm good, man. Can't complain. Uh, yeah. Yeah. I could try to answer it. I guess DM works. I don't always respond. I don't always check my DMs as frequently, but I can try. I'll be going out to the bar alone lately. I'll be going out to the bar, and it's been pretty decent. What's been going on? You've been talking to people? That's awesome, man. Hello.
How's it going, bro?
Doing all right? How are you doing?
Pretty good. Just had a question for you, based off a conversation I had earlier about. Let me get the headphone in here.
Okay. Yeah, you're coming
About
in loud and
women
clear.
being about women being approached in public, and I referenced you when I was talking to them, saying like, there is a good amount of women that do appreciate when a man shoots his shot in public. But I wanted to, ask, straight from the source, from your experience of interviews, what percentage of women are like, yeah, don't approach me at all, versus actually, yes, I'm open to a man shooting a shot respectfully.
So every woman I've interviewed I've asked, would you rather meet a guy in real life or in dating apps? And they always say real life. And then I say, do guys approach you? Do you want to be approached? Every girl that I've interviewed on the street has said yes, and they want to be approached, or no, they don't get approached, but they would like to be approached. And I asked them, how would you like to be approached? I haven't heard a woman in my experience say they don't want to be approached. I've only seen it online personally. Now, do I think that that means that all women want to be approached? No, some women don't, and that's reasonable. But I have found, for the most part, if you approach respectfully, and you take rejection well, everyone wins.
Thank you for saying that, bro. We should clip that, make it go viral, because there's some people out here like, no, women out here, they don't want you to approach at all. Like, if we do want a man in our lives, we'll go on a dating app. I'm like, that seems like an online echo chamber statement. I gotta fact check it with my guy, women on men. So I
Yeah.
appreciate you, bro.
No, and I think that's a great question. I think it's fair too, because we hear so many things online that it's like, well, which is the truth? And I totally understand why that can be confusing. What I have found is that a very small percentage of people post videos online. The vast majority of people are not posting videos online. But in my experience, in asking, women on the street, I have yet to hear a woman say they don't want to be approached, and I have yet to see a woman say they'd rather meet somebody on a dating app than in real life. So I think it comes with taking things online with a grain of salt. Even me, you know what I mean? Like, I'll admit, like, listen to me if you feel like it, but also if you want to do your own research, do your own experience, I totally support that too.
I mean, I shoot my shot often, and hey, buckets go in more often than not. So I'm
That's
like,
how I
huh?
feel. That's how I feel. So that's why I'm always like, just
Yeah.
try. Obviously, I think if you come with confidence and you feel good about yourself, you do it with respect, that's gonna help you out a ton. But yeah,
Hmm.
man, that's what I found too. I found that most women, and I think ever since I started doing street interviews, it's only reaffirmed that, like, if I were to approach these women not doing an interview, just in general, they'd be willing to talk to me. Maybe not in a romantic sense, but they'd be willing to at least like have a conversation. So that's why I'm like, start a conversation with somebody, go out and meet people.
For sure. There's also too the element of your comment section sometimes like warps my reality, because I see a lot of guys hop in your comment section, and it's more often than not, it's a guy saying like, "No, she's lying," or
Absolutely.
"Women don't want to be approached." And I'm like, do I need to go interview guys and talk about it? Because like, I feel like the echo chambers of online, like it's loud. It's I don't know. Maybe it's the algorithms pushing more the like the divisive content or
Absolutely.
the clickbaity stuff, man. So yeah, you're out here doing the Lord's work, man. Keep it up.
Hey man, I
Keep it
appreciate you
up.
saying that, dude. Thank you very much.
Yeah, about to end the gender war single handedly.
I'm
Come
trying,
on,
bro. We got to get together,
come
man.
on.
I love it when men
Yeah,
and women get together, dude. Like my wife makes fun of me because every time I watch TV and like some dude shoots a shot and like I'm like, yeah, boy, go get it. You know, like I'm just happy for them. You know, I love when people get
seriously,
together.
absolutely, man. Keep up the good work,
Hey,
and
thank you,
yeah,
sir. You too.
have a good one.
You too.
Thank you, sir.
All right, let me catch up with some of these comments. Yo, Laura's Curta. Hold on. Trying to sit on my nose and they did. What is happening? Someone sat on your nose? Hey, Ash, what's going on, dude? Hey, what's up, BC's dad? Ash, you gotta tell me about the dating thing, dude. I know you said you didn't meet with anybody, but how'd it go? No, we definitely got some weird comments users. Someone's talking about getting their face set on. This man ended the red pill. I'm trying, dude. I'm trying. It's an uphill fight. I think the red pill's losing some relevance though on its own. I don't know if I had anything to do with it, but Andrew Tate is hey Wes. Andrew Tate is spiraling, man. He recently just put he put out a video saying something like uh you know, he was like, I have anxiety every night, I can't sleep, a man should never feel comfortable, a man should never sleep. And it's like, why would anybody listen to you, bro? You sound miserable, you sound like you're not having a good time, you know. But I know the Whatever podcast is still popular, and Fresh and Fit is still popular. Myron Gaines was supposed to come here last week, but he had to cancel. But I think he's going to be out in Riverside, UC, California. Thank you. And so I'm going to confront him. I'm going to confront Myron. So look out for that. In May, early May, he should be coming to a school near me, and I'm going to confront him. So just be ready for that. Oh, Wes, you're on a train, dude. Oh, thank you, Leor. Wes, you're living the life, man. You're on a train right now? They got Wi Fi? That's awesome, man. Myron's debate with Brandon Tatum. No, what is that? When was that? Myron Brandon Tatum. Let me see. When was that debate? Oh, it was about Israel. Okay. This is this new? Oh, it's 5 months ago. Unless it's something else. The thing about Clav, man, why am I against looks maxing? I didn't say I'm necessarily against looks maxing. What I'm against is leg lengthening surgery. I'm against taking unregulated peptides. I'm against taking meth. I'm against the extremes of looks maxing. That's what I'm against. I think everyone should improve their looks. I improved my looks. I did my hair today. I trimmed my beard. I put beard oil on. I moisturize my face. I do looks maxing, but I don't get surgery and take a ton of drugs about it. From Instagram, what do you think about telling a friend that's a girl you like her and being honest about how you feel to her? That's a great question, Nathan. I think that's fair. So here's my take on the friend zone. The friend zone to me shouldn't exist. It's either you are friends with a woman because you want to be friends with her, or you are interested in her romantically. But this little middle in between zone, it's not something that I think most men should live in. So me personally, if you don't if you want to absolutely be her friend at the end of the day, you got to caveat that if you push it to romance, you might lose the friendship. There's a potential for that. But in my opinion, unless she's a lifetime friend, shoot your shot, dude. Let her know, hey, I really like you. I'd like to take this more than friends, and just be direct about it. I would absolutely shoot my shot. But again, it depends on how much the friendship means to you. Because for me, I remember there was a girl in high school. It was like, she was my friend, but I really liked her. We had actually dated at one point, so to be fair, we had a history. But I was like, you know what? I appreciate her friendship so much that I'm just gonna let my feelings dissipate, and they did. But that's my advice. So yeah, no looks maxing in terms of don't smash your face with a hammer. Exactly. Thank you. That's where I draw the line. I draw the line on a lot of things there. Um, is looks maxing always the clavicular thing? I mean, I think clavicular has looks max. He's basically owned the term looks maxing. He's become the brand of looks maxing, and he takes it to the extreme. I personally think men have been quote unquote looks maxing for all time. Um, okay, Smokey. Then if you're interested in a woman and she puts you in the friend zone, doesn't sound like you want to be her friend. So I think that's a bit of a different scenario. It doesn't sound like you want to be her friend. Exactly, BC's dad. BC's dad nailed it. My friend offered a debate, but mine ran away. Yeah, he runs away, dude. He runs away. He ran away from me. He even on X recently. I harass Myron constantly on X. He recently said something, and I said, "I'll debate you. Let's do this." And he was like, "You're not big enough. Blah blah. You don't qualify." It's like, "But you know who I am, then, huh? You know exactly who I am." So he's scared. He's a little bitch, if I'm being honest. Um, yeah, women can be great wingmen, right? That's exactly right, Steve. He said the same thing to your friend. See, Myron's a little bitch, man. I can't stand him. Um, yeah, he debated Destiny like once, and then what? Like he doesn't debate. He's scared to debate. He's a terrible debater. He'll only debate on politics. He'll never date on dating and relationships because if he debates on dating and relationships, he will absolutely get slaughtered and he knows it because he doesn't have experience. In fact, when I confront him in May, I'm going to embarrass him on the mic. I can't wait because he has no choice. He's on a school campus. He's got to talk to me. So I'm going to just go at him, bro. I cannot wait. I was ready to do it, but exactly. He only wants the stage when he controls the stage. Exactly. But I'll go to fucking Fresh and Fit. I'll go to Miami. I'll go to his house. I'll embarrass him on any podcast, any microphone on earth. I will embarrass him. And, I can't wait. I have a question that is going to just wreck him. I've been rehearsing it. I'm ready. So as soon as I get in front of that mic, my wife's going to be filming and it's going to be good. Yes, Rob, more men do need an abundance mindset. An abundance mindset goes a long way. Dang, you forget to text women? Wow, that's a problem. Oh no, not West Train maxing. Um, from Instagram, if you're still there, homie. How well versed are you on attachment style theory? I feel like as a dating coach, you should be, but I also feel like most dating coaches aren't. To a degree, I'm versed in attachment styles to a degree, but I'm not a therapist. So I never approach it from a therapy standpoint. I approach it more from self confidence, self respect standpoint. I think when it comes to like your attachment styles, that's going to take, in my opinion, more therapy because therapy is where you can uncover why you have those attachment styles. For example, you'll fly out, dude. Don't fly out for it, dude. Because look, he's gonna be on a college campus. I'm gonna be on a mic. He's gonna get flustered with me, and he's gonna kick me off the mic within at least 2-3 minutes. So it's gonna be a very short outing. How long for a woman to wait for intimacy? Do you think? I'm not sure how you're asking it. Like, how long do women typically wait, or how long should they wait? My personal opinion is if a woman is looking for a relationship, I personally think the best advice I can give her is do not have sex until you're monogamous, until you're in a monogamous relationship. Tanner, women should submit to their husbands. How about you go focus on whatever relationship you have? If you have a wife that submits to you, great, but don't be spilling your bullshit out into the internet. What do I think about that Kosh situation? It depends on what you mean. I think it sounds like his wife just kind of like trashes him all the time, which I think is horrible. I would never want to be with anybody that like makes me look like an idiot. So I don't know. I think if that's what's happening, then it's terrible. Oh, dude, I'm definitely gonna film it. My wife's gonna film it, and he's gonna have the whole live posted. So I'm gonna clip that too. It's definitely. I share my wife, don't you, buddy? It sounds like a lot of projection from you, Tanner. Wife should submit, and I share my wife. All right, Tanner. Was your wife? Talk about your wife for a second. How'd you meet her? What's she like? Females have the friend zone, dude. Uber. Smokey, sounds like you spend too much time on the internet because that isn't the case. Does your sister or your aunt or your mom have those dudes in her phone? Probably not, because you live on the internet and you don't have experience with women, so you're making shit up. Um, you feel bad for not texting. New Year's Eve was a long time ago, BC's dad. uh, should you believe it when a woman says they're not looking for anything? I mean, some women might say that as a line, but what are you gonna do otherwise? Unless you're gonna try to like charm them into liking you, I take them at the word personally. I've never been rejected by any female. I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that. In fact, I would give you $1,000 if you come out to a bar here with me and I witness you talk to women, and I would give you $1,000 if you don't get rejected. Should I break up with my girlfriend for stalking her ex on a fake page? I found out looking at her phone. Well, there's a lot going on there, Sean. You're looking through her phone, so you don't trust her to begin with. So there's a lot of things to address there. Doesn't sound like a too healthy of a relationship, personally. You don't have a moderator in the live who can't shut down trolls. No, I don't have a moderator. I might get somebody to do it at some point. That's the reality. Stop simping. My mother is in another generation. They still have honor. Okay, what about your sister? What about your friends? What about your classmates? You're just making shit up. You're just making shit up, dude. You live online. You don't have experience with women. Smokey, how many women have you dated? Honestly, be real with me. Can't reject her. They don't talk to you. That's a big brain. You know he would never join you. He'd stutter on the first approach. Yeah, I know. I've seen a girl reject Leo, and we're talking about 30s Leo. Dang. Yeah, it happens, man. That's why this guy's making shit up. How many dates is too many dates for someone not to offer to split the bill? Um, I don't know. It's going to depend on each relationship, but to me, it's a really good sign if a woman decides to say, like, "Hey, I don't mind paying for this at some point." It could be fourth date, fifth date. I think one through three, you're still kind of in the very early stages, but I would look to a woman to eventually offer that, which I think is a really good sign that she not only has interest in you, but she also understands that, like, a relationship doesn't have to be just one way. Smokey, you don't have a sister, you don't have a girlfriend, you don't have a wife, you don't have anything. You don't have anything. You're just making shit up. You are a beta crying about Myron Gaines while he makes millions, and you are a nobody with a black profile picture who is trolling someone else. So who's really living the poor life here? I do. She started acting weird, and she told me that was her first and her second. I'm not really sure, man. It just doesn't sound healthy. If a woman never pays, would you say it's a red flag? Yeah, I think at some point, if she never offers or does anything, she needs to do a gesture. There needs to be a gesture on her end that reciprocates that a relationship is that she's interested in you and that she's reciprocating it. Um, I'm a hypocrite for saying this, but as a person with a high body count, I see high body count as a red flag. Yeah, that's pretty hypocritical. I mean, you called it. Best dating advice for men. The best dating advice I can give you is learn to have absolute 100% self respect and self confidence. If you can get there, if you can get to a point where you rate your own self confidence as a 10, a lot of that is going to take care of itself. It has to come from the inside, it has to be the inner work. Do you ever want to give up in the amount of guys that seem to just want to complain? I do. I want to give up constantly, but I'm reminded how much people I help in my coaching sessions, how many people reach out to me. If I help a couple guys, then whatever. I did my job. Sorry, my dog's drinking. But yeah, I want to do, if I can help one or two guys to not be depressed, help a couple guys learn confidence, help a couple guys find a love of their life, then I did what I could do. He was her first boyfriend. They were each other's first. She was watching him for almost a year. That's too much, man. I don't like that. I don't like that. Sounds like she's pretty inexperienced and she's stuck on him. So that's not good. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. Smokey, you have no dating experience. Why are you talking about shit you don't have any experience? It's like me telling people how to be a dentist. I've never been a dentist, so I'm not going to tell people how to fix their teeth. What kind of advice are you offering? How to get dates or how to make dates go better? The both. But my main advice starts with self respect, self confidence, into how to get the date, into how to treat the date, into how to act after the date, etc. All of that is in my book, in the Attraction Handbook. It's 56 pages. If my shorty is in a frat, is it over for me? Do you mean a sorority? If she's a woman, she should be in a sorority. But if she's hanging out at frats, then yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think it's a good sign. I just found out that faking it till you make it may actually work to a degree. To a degree, there is something there. You are lying to men; they will get cheated on, dude. Some of the richest, jacked, best guys on earth still get cheated on. So what are you talking about? You're just saying shit. You don't even know what you're talking about. Is micro cheating existent or something to bypass? I believe micro cheating does exist. Absolutely. Oh, let me see what Kristen said. I missed Kristen's message. I would agree, but when men are expecting traditional women, why do they? That's true. If you're expecting a traditional woman, if you want the traditional roles, never expect a woman to pay ever. Like no, that's not the relationship you want to set up. Sorority members have to attend some frat mixers. Just FYI, it's part of the. Oh, I'm not too versed on Greek culture, but I do know that college is a place where people make a lot of dumb decisions. That's something I do know. Can a type A woman and type B man be happy together? I think so. I think actually sometimes two people of the exact same type don't get along, if I'm being honest. Wait, someone says something. And those men can easily find a replacement. Okay, the point still stands. That doesn't the everyone can get cheated on. You can't control how other people act. You can't. I got you, Ash. Let me just catch up on some comments. I'll get you in here. What are the best places to meet women? I'm 21 and am in the military. It depends. It depends. 21 is young. I mean, if you, there are definitely women at bars. There are definitely women around, especially in the military. There are women on base. I grew up on an Air Force base, so there were a lot of women around. I would say also wherever your interests are, that's one of the best things you can do is going out and participating in your interests and talking to the women that are there. I'm in my late 30s. How do I handle the feeling of all attractive women are taken? It's not true. It's just not true. And I'd be curious. You said quote attractive, so I'd be curious what you mean by that. I think there are plenty of attractive women that are single. In fact, statistically, I think 36% of Gen Z women are single. Statistically, so you got that going. There's at least a third out there. Is it a red flag if a girl doesn't thank you for paying on the date? Yeah, I'd say she should at least thank you for the date. Not necessarily for paying, but she should say thank you for dinner. I think that's totally a reasonable thing. Otherwise, she's probably expecting it a bit too much. Hey, I appreciate it, Faz. Men with honor and dignity go for virgin females that cook, clean, and obeys them. And you have none of those. You don't have any women. So you're not a man of honor, nor dignity, nor worth, sounds like. Have you watched any Wheat Waffles content before? I've heard of them, but no, I have not watched Wheat Waffles. What kind of content does he put out? If a man puts his hands on a woman multiple times, will it keep happening or can he change? No, that sounds like a recipe for disaster. That does, unless he gets extensive therapy and addresses everything that's wrong with him. No, it doesn't sound like anything that's going to change. I'm on the spectrum. Should I say that after some dates, or can be too much sharing the fact too early? I wouldn't necessarily just like say, "Hey, I'm on the spectrum." I there's a lady named Brenda Lynn who's really good at talking about this thing, and she says something like, "It's okay to say, hey, sometimes in conversations I might not make eye contact. Just FYI, it's just little things, but it's okay to address some of it. But I don't know if you need to be like, I'm on the spectrum. I don't know if it needs to become up. I also think it'd be okay if it did, but I don't think it necessarily has to." I'm married 10 years, but I thank you for this content. Thanks, Armando. Thank you for saying that. Don't date, court first, then ask her out. I don't know. I'm more of a let's get on the first date. Let's get this going. If it doesn't work out, let's move on with our lives. I think cheating doesn't have a type or look. Even Tom Brady got cheated on. Exactly. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can be rich, famous. You can't control how other people are going to act. If people are going to cheat, they're going to cheat. I have more honor than you, that's for sure. Okay, Smokey, you have nothing, dude. You're sitting here trolling on a Thursday night. Like, get a life. A Mexican here in Mexico some weeks ago, self-proclaimed incel teenager, murdered two teachers at his high school. Holy shit! I did not hear about that. I'm gonna have to look into that. He posts Black Pill content. Well, doesn't sound too promising then. All right, if I'm a cook, you're an incel. I guess we both lose. Love Brenna Lynn. She did a response video on my depression of the night. Yeah, she's great, man. Just shows the true nature of women. Tanner, you don't know the true nature of women. You don't know anything about the true nature of women. What's the true nature of men then? Because men statistically cheat more. Men statistically get married more in second marriages. So what's the nature of men? If you're talking about the nature of women, what's the nature of men? Is it enough to break up with my girlfriend or something we could work on? Doesn't sound promising. I would say have the conversation with her, but she's young. Sounds like she's stuck on her ex. You guys don't seem to trust each other. You got to build that trust up. It sounds like an uphill battle. You will end up with a 3 or 4. I'm happily married, and she makes more money than me. So try again, Smokey. You're just actually dumb. How much should I compromise? I struggle to find women with good careers and compatible hobbies, interests. You should only compromise as much as you feel comfortable. I honestly feel like, I feel like you gotta draw that line somewhere. You gotta say I'm willing to cave on this, but not this, and you gotta figure out where are your non-negotiables or prerequisites. How can men cheat more if most men are single and loyal? Where did you get the most men are loyal? And I'm not talking about single men. I'm talking about men in relationships. Men in relationships statistically cheat more than women in relationships. There's no data that says, in any data you can look at says women cheat more. Only narcissists cheat. Incorrect. That is just factually incorrect. Men of all types cheat. What do you think about Tristan Social? I'm not sure who Tristan Social is. Man, I feel like my millennial age is starting to catch up with me. I'm not keeping up as well as I used to with some of these things. All right, I'm pretty caught up. Let me get Ash in here. Hey Ash,
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing all right, man. Tell me about what happened, dude.
Yeah, so I went to the event. It was actually much bigger than I anticipated. It was about like uh, I don't know exactly. It was between 50 to 100 people. It was in like a big hall. Um,
That's pretty big.
it is pretty big.
50 is like 50
Uh,
50.
so how they did it was like uh, they make you meet women around your age. Like, so one round is like, people that's like your age, and then maybe some woman younger than you. Like, when I say younger, I mean like maybe 3 4 years younger or 5 years younger. So you mean some woman younger, you mean some people my age or older. So it's like around my age. So basically how worked is like uh there was like chairs, and like the woman would sit there, they don't move, we would move, right? So we had like few minutes to talk to each woman, right? And I asked them like, am I if I find someone interested and vice versa, will we exchange numbers? And they said no, just talk, have a conversation, and at the end of the day, just try to match, on the website, on their website, like you see who you're going to meet, so you just kind of match, see who you like. And so if I like someone, they're not going to that person's not going to see that I like them, and vice versa, right? So both people have to like each other in order to match. Unfortunately, I didn't match with anyone, but I did meet a lot of great people. Um, I did meet people in prior events, so it's good to see familiar faces, guys and girls. Um, there was actually like, how I mentioned, like, women can think a guy's attractive, and then once they start talking, they can kind of lose it
Mm,
or maybe increases it.
yeah.
It's the same thing for guys. Like, there was a like, because like I said, I used to be very skinny until I got married, and I gained some weight. So I am like exercising and working on myself, but I'm not like as skinny as I used to be. But I'm not really overweight. But one girl like literally told me that I'm looking for someone who's like exercise and someone who's fit right now. So I can clearly tell that she was not interested in me because I was not fit. So like some women, they just like they tell you to their faces like what they're looking for, what they don't like. And I had some woman that like kind of talked I had a couple of women I spoke to, like you can tell they're not even interested in talking. They just didn't want to be there. It felt like someone forced them to be there. So
Hmm.
they were just like on their phone or like looking elsewhere. I saw a woman not with me, with another guy with that 4 minutes, instead of talking to the guy, she ended up leaving just to get food. So,
Damn.
it's like sometimes there's women that are like, hey, you think they're attractive and then you kind of lose some attraction, or sometimes they tell you directly what they're looking for. Sometimes you feel like they're wasting your time. So I think kind of goes both ways, and guys do it and women do it. Um, but I there's some women I met that I already met before. There's other women I met for the first time. I had a great experience overall. I met some people. I made some friends. We actually at after event, we some of the guys I met, we end up like they had some event that like Chicky and Pete's or something right after, like where I went to the go. So um, I just kind of hanged out with the guys that I met and just had a good time. I went with confidence. Um, I like I said, I approach confidently, ask different questions what I can, because I only have a few minutes. Conversation was great at times. There was times where maybe my question I asked could have asked a little bit better, but overall it was great. It didn't match, but I had a good time. And then like I said, you kind of just keep it going and keep learning, keep improving, and that's just how it is. But I had a great time. But yeah, I mean that's how it worked. It was different a little bit, but yeah, it was. I mean, like I said, it hasn't worked out, but I keep trying. I mean, it's the same thing. Like if you go outside to a bar and approach a woman one time, it doesn't work out. You keep doing it. You don't stop. And I would just say, just keep trying, keep moving. That I mean, that's how you become more confident in yourself. I think the more you try, because everyone gets rejected. Eventually, someone will say yes.
Dude, I love that. I love that you said that. And I'm sorry it was a bad experience. But that is exactly the right attitude. Tell me again how the matching worked. It didn't really make sense when you explained it.
So on their website, like it shows you that you're registered to the event, right? Or that's how you can register, right? So when you attend the event, you have to make sure you have to open the link so it shows like you're attending. So basically, all the women that you're gonna meet, like there's like a whole list of who you're gonna see, right? And then you go based off the conversation, based on their picture, you kind of choose who you're interested, right? Like if I like this girl, I would like press the heart or something. I'm just giving an example, right? So I would kind of choose who I'm interested, right? And then if I'm interested in this girl and the girl's interested in me, then we match, within whenever the results come in. Unfortunately, I didn't match with anyone. There's some women I like. There's people that you know, they may have liked me. I didn't like them. I mean, it just, it happens.
Well, again, that's the exact right attitude, man. And I appreciate you sharing, dude.
Yeah, and it was. I mean, like I said, it hasn't really worked out, but you just got to keep plugging and trying, and eventually it will work out. Like I said, I try to think how I always can do better. Um, so you just got to keep improving. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I'll tell you this. One of the girls that I spoke with, like, she asked me, "Do you like to, like?" It's actually one of your question you asked, like, "Do you like to meet someone online or in person?" And she said, "I like to meet people in person." I even told her I rather, because when you meet someone on dating apps or like online, you don't really, you just see their looks more. You don't really get to know them as a person. When you meet them in person and you sit down and have a conversation, then you kind of get to know them, and that's how whether maybe it becomes better, becomes worse. I mean, so, and any woman I ask, like, what are you looking for in a guy? Not nobody said looks. I mean, they all say other different things. So, they're not on camera. They're telling me straight up face. I mean, like I told you, one of the girls said that I only like skinny guys. So, they can tell you up front. I mean, obviously there were some women that just didn't want to be there. You can kind of tell by the vibes and stuff. I didn't take it personally. I just had a conversation, and just keep on going to next. So I just was thinking positive, and but yeah, it was. I think it was a great time. I met some people there. I mean, I didn't match with any woman, but that's okay.
Dude, I love that attitude. And you're doing exactly what you should do, man. You're getting out there. You're trying. You're getting reps in. It's practice. It's more experience talking. The more you do this, the more you're gonna get comfortable. The more easy it's gonna come. And like, I think it's tough. Speed dating is tough. I mean, I think a lot of people probably struggle to match. I also, so did they make a rule that you couldn't ask for someone's number there at the table, basically?
Yeah, I asked them, and they said no because you only have a few minutes to talk to people and just go on to the next. I mean, we had a little break, like so it was like one round, and we had a break just to get food. So if you want to mingle and talk to other people, you can. So there were some people I kind of saw from before, women or men that kind of catch up with, or just have a conversation. But I didn't see anyone like exchanging numbers. There are some people that may have talked a little bit more than 4 minutes, but that was it. No one was exchanging. Um, but yeah, it was definitely a lot of people. So if I was confident. Hey, I'm not the only one looking for a date. All these other guys are in my situation. Women are in our situation. Instead of they're looking for a guy, just like I'm looking for a woman. So there's so many people that are in a similar situation, and yeah, I mean, it was pretty interesting. Like I said, I know it sucks that I didn't match with anyone. It can be a little bit discouraging, but I had a good time overall. But yeah, I made a friend out of it, and like I said, I'm gonna learn from just see how what I did wrong or see how I can improve. And you just go on to the next.
I
I mean
love it. I
that's the
love it.
mentality that's the mentality you got to have. I mean, what's the point of getting upset? I mean, we all get upset. We all get rejected. Does that mean we just gotta stop trying? Of course not. You gotta keep going. Everyone gets rejected. Attractive men, attractive women, even less attractive people. Everyone gets rejected.
Exactly.
Um, yeah. So I mean, like I said, I found a woman that I thought was attractive, and then I kind of sensed her vibe, and I was like, I feel like I'm wasting my time with this girl. I can't wait to go into the next person. Like I literally felt like that with someone, and long term relationship. I mean, it looks alone is never going to work out. That's why you look at other factors as you get older. You realize, hey, this is more important than I thought. Because I think when we were younger, we're like, man, I think looks matter to us. We're just having a good time. We're not grown up yet. We're still kind of searching on what our path is. But as you get older in your 20s and 30s, and you're like, okay, maybe what I was looking for in person is not this, you know, it's not the same, or there's other things. So it definitely changed within time. I tell you that.
Well, thank you for sharing, man, and keep your head up, dude. I think you're already doing that, and dude, thank you for sharing that again because I think a lot of guys need to have that exact same mentality, Ash. That's exactly it, dude.
Yeah, just got keep trying, keep plugging, thinking positive. Eventually, it will work out.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate the replay of the event, and let me know if there's anything else that you discover that you're like, okay, this actually is something I can improve on next, and I'd be curious what you land on there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm looking into your book. I'm going to look at improv classes. Continue therapy. Maybe I got rejected because maybe the way I asked some questions was maybe the vibe I was given wasn't great. I got to look at everything. It's not just that's the thing, man. Like when a guy gets rejected, they automatically think, "Oh man, I'm not attractive. I'm fat, or I'm this." You ever think about okay, how was your conversations with the woman? Was it great? Could have been better. I mean, you got to look at everything too. So maybe I got rejected because my personality wasn't as great as I thought. I mean, that can be a factor.
Dude, you're thank you, Ash. Honestly, man, it's an inspiration to hear guys like you talk like this. Seriously. Huh.
Yeah, I mean, if I have any other questions, or maybe I go to another event, or I put myself out there and it works out, I'll keep you updated. And never say never.
Absolutely. I want to hear about all your dating adventures.
Yeah, I may try to go out this week, see what happens. But yeah, I mean, I'll keep you posted.
All right, homie. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks.
Hey, what's up, Cisco?
Hey, what's up, Rafael? How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm fine. Last time you told me to, join again the next week, but I got like in some things because like I'm starting my new internship and everything, so I wasn't able to, join the prayer week.
Yeah,
Um,
tell me what's going on. I remember your voice now.
okay. Yeah, I just wondered like, okay, because I just wondered like, how do I become like the guy? Okay, because like I'm okay. This one like I'm asking from the stage where I'm kind of like quite frustrated because like at this moment I'm not trying to look for any kind of relationship or anything because like last time was like I got rejected and everything like. But now I'm now at this stage of my life I'm trying to like improve myself like how do I like become the guy? Because like recently I encountered with a woman in my a coworker during my internship where we exchanged Instagrams, but I didn't have any intention to like hit on her or anything. But I recently noticed that she hit me from her stories and everything. But the strange part is her account is an open account,
What do you mean
so it
open?
means like it's not a private account. It's like anyone just can
Yeah.
what see what's in her account. So I'm kind of like curious, like I didn't do anything or ask her out or anything, but she kind of like hit me like what's going on there, like so I just like find out like okay, like people are maybe like they're feeling uncomfortable with me or something like that. Yeah, I think like looks maybe like plays a role also in here, but I just want to be like I don't want to be like this guy anymore. Like I'm not looking for any kind of like validation or anything, but I kind of hate like like treated like this.
Yeah. No, you're saying a lot of the right things. So the best answer I can give you to how you can be quote that guy is to feel like that guy. And the way to feel that way, it can start with your appearance. Absolutely. You got to feel good to look good. I mean, you got to look good to feel good often, and that can involve you going to the gym. It can involve getting a nice haircut. It can involve taking care of your skin. It can involve getting nice clothing. I think appearance definitely can help improve the way you feel about yourself, but that's just the exterior. What happens on
Yeah.
the inside matters a lot more. And a lot of that can come, I have my book. I highly recommend. It's the Attraction Handbook. It's 56 pages on how to basically learn how to develop the self-confidence and the self-respect that will make you feel like that guy. And that's all you have to do is feel that way. And if you believe it, if you have your confidence, at a 9 or a 10, if you have your self respect very high, if you take care of your body, you take care of your mental health, you challenge yourself, you face your fears, you do the things that scare you, you keep the promises to yourself that you say you're going to make. You're like, I'm going to read 2 books this month, and you read those books. You say, I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week. You go to the gym 5 days a week. If you do all those things, you will start to have the self-respect that makes you feel like that guy. And that's what matters more, because at the end of the day, if outside validation is the only way you're gonna feel good, then that means it's not real confidence, because confidence comes from within. And if it comes from outside, if you no longer get that feedback or that validation, then you're not going to feel confident anymore.
Okay, because I do kind of agree with your statement that like going to gym 5 times something like that because like when there's a change in our like body or appearance, people do notice about that. Even like I was quite shocked like when I lose some kilograms, like 15 kilograms, people were like, "Hey, what you got? You're in like some kind of like illness. Like what happened?"
They
Like
say you got
yeah,
sick.
even like yeah, like even one girl asked me like then I came back to my hometown like more even like my neighbor like Chinese neighbor they were asking like hey you were the guy that like helped me to took out the dead right like she asked me what happened like you were chubby earlier
Jeez.
Yeah, but I still like in the still on the journey, still on the like because like this happened due to my injury, and so because due to the injury I became like unfit and something like that. Yeah, coming back to the workplace again. So that's one scenario that which happened with this girl. Okay, there was another scenario where there's another intern girl like she that was her last day, but before the last day she came to me and like she just like okay I'll be still be around at the the region. So she just gave me a number, like she told me like we just can connect.
I mean, that's a good sign, dude.
Yeah, but that's why I kind of like confused there, like what kind of stage and I'm here. Then the reason why I asked that I want to be that guy because like this is the like situation that I'm feeling from the teenage year until now. Because like at the earlier stage, I didn't want any kind of like like dating or anything. Then there was a stage. Then here I am again in the stage that I'm not looking but trying to improve myself. Yeah, that's like kind of confused here.
Yeah, I definitely think you have the right mindset. It's like focus on becoming the best version of yourself that you possibly can, because I think what happens when you do that is you basically there's an energy that radiates off of you when you feel healthy, when you feel confident, when you feel mentally healthy, when you feel proud of yourself. There is an energy that comes off of you that people pick up on. It is such a subtle thing that I don't think people realize how much your body language, your energy, people can sense your presence. People can tell if you're pissed off. People can tell if you feel good. There's all kinds of things that people can tell in your demeanor. And so to get that demeanor that gets people to wonder, why is this guy so confident? Why is this guy so like, why does he feel so attractive? What is it about him that draws me to him? What is about his presence? That comes from the inner work and the outer work. And again, I wait, where do you live again?
I live at Malaysia.
Did you ever check out my book?
The one like you told me, like I do read down the list of the books, but there was like no, like I didn't have like enough time like
Yeah.
to go
It's
through
it's
it.
in the video. It should be right there on the video. It's called the Attraction Handbook. It's in my
Okay.
bio. It's only 56 pages. It's mad cheap. It's not an expensive book at all. But it's my best
Mm,
advice to becoming that guy. And it's something
mhm.
that I learned on my own because again, I'm older. I didn't have YouTube. I didn't have anything. I put this together because it basically was the revelation I had on how to feel this way. And it really changed everything about my dating life. It changed how I feel about myself to this day. I have bad days. I've had some bad, times, but it doesn't change how I feel about myself. And if you can get to that point and you can stay consistent with your mental health work, with your physical health work, with challenging yourself, doing things that scare you, all of that is what I put in that book that will basically get you to that point where you just feel like you can talk to anybody. You can go up to any girl. You can feel like, of course I still get rejected. Of course people still get rejected. But what I'm saying is you feel this way and that carries you throughout your whole life. And if I can give every man that feeling, then
Mhm.
they are going to make the life that they want for themselves better than any other advice I can tell you, how to talk to women or anything like that. I do go into how to talk to women in the book, but what I'm saying is that it starts with how you feel about yourself. I said one of the lines I say in the opening chapter is being happy in a relationship requires you loving both of the people in the relationship, and that includes yourself. Like, it can't just be I love you but I don't love myself. That will never work. It has to be I love me enough that I'm going to take care of myself, and I love you enough that I'm also going to take care of you.
Okay. I just want to ask, like, what's your opinion on the way of superior man?
Is that a book?
Yeah, that's a book called The Way of the Superior Man by David Data. What's your opinion? Because like I think I know I do have that book, but I like haven't like go through it because of the time.
Let me check it out.
What?
I've heard of it but I have not.
Yeah, because like I see kind of, yeah, you're in the field, like looking, like you're trying to like detox the red pill, black pill, everything. So I just want to make sure, like, you know, whether like what's your opinion on this book? Because like I'm not sure whether I think that this book has no relation to this kind of red pill or blue pill, but I just want to know your opinion.
I'm not familiar with it. I'm just reading through it real quick. It sounds decent. It sounds like it doesn't have any of the like toxic advice that I would basically advise against. So I don't see anything here that's a red flag off the top of my head. If you have it, read it. I definitely think you should read it. Um, yeah, and I think that's a start. I definitely think reading is a big part of what I recommend guys do in my book. The mental gym is one of the most important aspects to self confidence, and that includes reading books. I just had a coaching session with a guy, and I was telling him that the mental, like when you go to the gym and you're like, I'm gonna work on my biceps today, or I'm gonna work on my back, or I'm gonna work on my legs. You're focusing on different muscles that you want to improve. In the mental gym, you have to do the same thing. You're like, I don't have confidence. How do I get confidence? Or I'm struggling with depression. What can I read to help me with my depression? Or I have anger problems. How can I read about something like that? It's the same kind of focus you do with your muscles. Is the same thing you should do with your brain. Where are my weak spots, and how can I improve those weak spots?
Actually, like I do kind of like have one thing for my mental at the current moment. I did become like a part-time insurance agent to like for the mental and everything.
Wait, say it again.
No, I just like you just now you're talking about the mental exercise, right?
Mm-hmm.
To face with confidence and everything. So to improve that, I do like involve myself into becoming an insurance agent at part time just now.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like it'll help you financially. I don't know if it'll help you mentally unless I'm missing something.
Oh, okay. I do understand. Like, yeah, you're suggesting me to read the books and every based on the journals. Like accordingly, if I do have like any kind of anger problems, I do need to like read a lot of anger management books. Yeah, I do understand about that.
Yeah, that to me is it's the same way you're like, okay, I gotta lose some weight. How do I do that? Oh, I gotta lose my anger. How do I do that? Like it's the same exact mindset. And I think that's when you really analyze yourself inside and out, when you understand yourself inside and out, you understand what it is that makes you feel, you know, why you react this way. There's attachment styles. I definitely, all the books I have in my book recommendations list, I still highly recommend, because all of those I think will help people understand themselves to a degree where it's basically like you can't diagnose your problems until you have a full view of yourself.
Mm. Okay, man. Think that's all. Like,
But it
yeah.
sounds like you're
Okay, it
doing
was
good,
good.
man. Hey, if you want to talk to those girls,
Mm.
dude, send the DM, send the text. Like it sounds like they sound like somewhat interested in you, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, like maybe like I just like not to try to build or anything. Just like maybe I can just be have a good friendship or something like that. Yeah, why not? Hello,
Oh, sorry.
are you there?
Yeah, sorry. Say that again.
No, like maybe like yeah. Since like yeah, as you were saying, like maybe I can try to connect with them, like have a good time with them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should. I think it's worth it. If you're interested in them, it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And I
sounds like you're on
think
the right path, man.
hmm need to focus on my, I think like more on my health and mental health as well.
Dude, if you do that, I'm telling you, you're gonna see results. I promise.
Already like seeing some progress for my fitness, but not for my mental that much. But yeah, who knows?
Yeah, well, I mean, we spend just as much time in our minds as we do in our bodies.
Yeah. Okay then. So thanks, Ref.
Hey,
Like
thank
if there's
you.
anything, I'll hit you up.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Bye
Have a
bye.
good day, man.
You too. Books on stoicism are good. I do like stoicism a lot. I'm a big fan of it. Um, yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna move something real quick. What kind of results? The kind of results. Let me see if this works better. The kind of results that basically, sorry, someone told me that they can't see it, so I wanted to move it. The kind of results that basically I think you'll feel better about yourself at the end of the day, which I think is one of the most important aspects. You'll feel better about yourself. People will, you'll get responses from women in a much better sense if you feel confident and you feel great about your body and great about your mind. Let me catch up on some things here. Well, it depends on what you mean by stoicism. Like, I think you're, Kristen, you might, the toxic guys, they see stoicism as like lack of emotions. But I'm talking about like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus. Like, if you're reading like ancient stoic writing, that is in no way toxic. It is absolute. The main tenet of stoicism from ancient Greece is basically you can only control what's within your control and let go of everything that's not. That's like to me the like overall tenet of it. Everything, but it's nothing like yeah. Stoic can be. Yeah, I think you're right, Kristen. You're right. A lot of guys do not. They don't apply it correctly. You're not wrong there. So I think that's a fair point. Absolutely. Stoicism did change my life, though, for sure. It helped me feel less angry. It helped me feel less mad at the world. Dang, not the Sailor Moon Goku beef. I don't even see Smoke anymore. Oh, Smokey, you're so corny, bro. Yeah, stoicism has definitely turned into kind of a toxic thing for sure. Because I think a lot of men host. What do you gain from destroying men? Name a man I've destroyed other than red pill grifters. Name a man I've destroyed other than Andrew Wilson. Who else have I destroyed? I don't actually think it's beef. I was kidding. I just think it's funny that my wife loves Sailor. Wait, did my wife love Sailor Moon? I can't remember if she likes Sailor Moon or not. Dude, like that's the thing. I do kind of enjoy trolling incels because they're trolling me. I troll right back. Why not suggest books on feminism? I do. I have books on feminism recommended, including The Will to Change by Bell Hooks. It's in my books list. The Will to Change is a great book. How is your book different from others? That's a great question. My book focuses 100% on building self confidence and self respect that is in a practical, short, digestible way. That's what I think is different from most of them. Most of the other books, and I recommend other books in my book, about dating, etc. Dude, I've confronted Myron Gaines in real life. You can go to any YouTube video of Rollo Tomasi, Michael Sartain, any of these guys. I challenge all to a debate. I'm in all their comments. I'm in all their Twitter. I'm not afraid of nobody. There's nobody on earth I'm afraid of to debate. Not a single fucking person. So cope however you need to, Smokey. I literally went on the Whatever podcast, which has 4 million subscribers, and debated Andrew Wilson in the first ever debate I've ever done. So no, I'm not afraid of anything. That's just insane. That sounds like projection. Andrew did not win. You're coping. Smokey, tell me do you remember what the debate was about? Tell me if you think what the debate was about, and tell me how you think Andrew won it. What's your take on Mike Sartain? I think Mike Sartain has decent intentions. I think he's misguided though. I think out of all of the guys out there, he's to me the least troublesome. However, he's completely misguided, and I tell him that all the time. Um, what was the truth about the dating market, Smokey, that he told me? And do you remember what the debate was about? Of course he doesn't. He's just a dick rider. Oh snap! Not the Mexican sombrero, yo. So you take the L because you couldn't even tell me what the debate was about. What do you know about neuroplasticity and confidence? Um, Not too much. Not too much about neuroplasticity. I'm also working on like my advice for neurodivergent people. Do you think that relationships are for everybody? Not necessarily, but I think the vast majority of people are. I think here's why I think Michael Sartain is misguided. One, he quotes pseudoscience constantly. He is constantly quoting Dr. David Buss, which has been debunked a million times. He's wrong about hypergamy. He's wrong about what women really are looking for because he doesn't acknowledge the actual data that women now, today, are economically ready to date people who don't make enough or aren't as educated, etc. He thinks every woman is getting DM'd by basketball players, by celebrities, and it's just like, dude, what reality are you living in? That is not in any way most women's experience. He focuses so much on the online life that his advice for men is to take photos with a bunch of women and make your life appear better than it is. So to me, that is misguided. What do I do to fix my relationship? Bro, you gotta tell me a little bit more about that. It's better for society if women are pergamous. I'll get back to that, Ben. Hey, what's up? Facts don't matter.
How are you?
Doing all right. How are you?
Good. I always appreciate holding space to try to help men because it is all men. No, there's no doubt about that. Do you believe in that theory?
What do you mean all men?
It's all men.
I need more than that. I don't know what that means.
You're not familiar with the expression what it's all men means?
No.
Interesting. So it's a platform here and you're trying to offer advice, dating advice for men, and you're not familiar with the concept of it's all men?
And you think that disqualifies me from giving advice?
Didn't say that.
Okay, then why'd you bring it up?
I think it's don't you think it's something important that you should know what that term means? Like, why do women say that? Why do women say it's all men?
No, I don't think it's an important thing.
You don't?
No.
You don't think it's important to know why women feel like it's all men?
What do you mean by it's all men?
Men are predators. Would you agree?
Not all of them.
So how would a woman know who's a predator and who isn't?
They wouldn't know. How can anyone determine that?
That's what it's all men means.
It's not that it's all men. It's I can't determine who's a predator and who isn't. That's what that means.
No, it means it's all men because women wouldn't know. So if there's 50 men in a room and 45 of them are decent men,
Mm-hmm.
how would the women know of the 50 which ones are predators?
They wouldn't. How would they know?
That's why it's all men.
Okay, well, do you have a daughter?
I do.
Would you let a man babysit her?
Would I let a man babysit her?
Correct.
If they had credentials and references, perhaps depends on her age.
Perhaps. Okay.
It depends on her age.
So
I just think it's interesting that you're up here pitching dating advice and you weren't even aware of what that statement
I do know what that
means.
statement means. Now that
No, you don't,
now
because
that
I asked you and you said you didn't.
because you just said all men. I don't sit here and
No, I
quote-
said it's all
don't-
men, and I asked you what that meant, and you said you didn't know.
Exactly, but you said it's all. You explained it, and now I know what you're talking about. It's not like a phrase that I walk around saying. And if you spend too much online, if that's what you're running around just saying, it's all men. You're supposed to know what the fuck people are talking about.
Why are you getting defensive, man? Aren't you up here offering advice?
You're up here attacking me. You don't want advice.
No, I'm asking you questions. You're the one that's hosting the
I know
platform.
exactly. Everyone here knows
offering
you came
dating
here to
advice.
fight. You came here to fight, and that's what you
I
want to
didn't.
do.
No, I didn't come here to fight.
What
I came here
advice
to
do you want?
challenge
What
you.
advice do you want?
I don't need advice from you.
Exactly. So
I'm
don't
asking
sit here
you.
and say you're asking dating advice. You didn't come here for advice. So you came here to start some shit, and that's fine. I'm ready to challenge. Like I fight people like you all the time. It's not a thing.
It's a challenge, man. It's just a healthy challenge. Like if
It's
you're
not a
not
healthy challenge.
in your opinion, you're asking your platform. You're pitching a book.
Hmm.
Your platform is ask me dating questions. So I'm asking you if you're aware of what it's all men means. You didn't know what it means. You said it's not all men. So are you really the kind of person to be giving advice to men about dating if you're not even aware of what the term it's all men means?
Yeah, because that doesn't necessarily mean women don't date men because of that. That has nothing to do with dating. That just has to do I feel safe around men? That has nothing to do with dating.
Do you think women inherently feel safe around men?
Not typically, no.
But yet you're offering dating advice and not aware of what it's all men means.
That has nothing to do with my advice. So what?
Don't you think it should?
No.
You don't think it should. You don't think there should be a dating advice going into this, letting men know that in our world today, it's all men means X because men are predators?
I think women can feel unsafe around men, and so what men can do is try to be as safe as possible around women. That's one of the ways I tell men to approach women. I say take into consideration that you don't know what they're going through, you don't know what they feel like. So if you're going to talk to a woman, have that consideration in mind. That's what I tell men to do.
So when you were giving advice to the previous caller and you referred to women as girls, do you think that's okay to do?
Did I refer to women as girls?
You did.
I don't believe I did. So
You did.
I don't think I did. And
You did. You can ask your chat.
Chad, do I call women girls? Okay, maybe I do sometimes. I'm not aware of it. But one person said a few times, other people are saying no. Maybe I do sometimes. I'm not aware of it. But no, that's not something I typically want to do.
Well, your chat's telling you did, so you might want to acknowledge that.
There's also
So
people who
again,
said I didn't. So,
right? Okay, but if more than one person is telling you did, then you probably did,
well,
right?
well, that's not something
So
I
that's
want
an
to do. So,
opportunity.
yeah,
That's
great.
a,
It's an opportunity. What else do you want?
again, man. Are you up here trying to offer dating advice? Because you're getting a little defensive when I'm
Because
just
you are not
challenging
looking
one.
for dating advice. You are trying to call me out on shit, and that's not what, if you want to challenge me on stuff, fine. But you're not here to ask for dating advice, dude.
No, I'm here to challenge the premise. If you're unaware of what it's all men means, how can you be giving dating advice to men? How? How do
Because
you feel? How do you feel like you're in a position to help men if you're unaware of what that means?
I didn't say I didn't. When you explained it, it told me what it means. But it's not something
How
that
would you
people
not
walk
know
around.
what that means, man? It's all men.
Okay, are we going to continue to talk about this? I've already said I know what it means whenever you explained it. What else do you want?
So all men are predators.
I didn't say that. Did I say that?
I'm saying that.
Okay, well, that's not my opinion.
How would women know?
They don't.
So therefore, it's all men.
Okay, if that's your logic, then fine.
Wouldn't that apply? Wouldn't logic apply there?
No, I think women do not know if a man is a predator or not, so they use discernment. That's what I think, and that's
What kind of discernment would they know? How would they know?
they don't until they talk to him.
So is talking to them enough?
I think it's the start.
So you could be fine for the first conversation over dinner, on your way home, first date, second date, and then all of a sudden they turn into a predator?
No, I don't think that's the case. I think women don't know if someone is a predator or not, and so they until they get to know them, they don't know. They have
So
to use discernment.
don't you think it would be beneficial in your books and your advice to remind men that women, rightfully so, see it as it's all men
I
every
literally
day?
did say that in my book. I said I tell men keep that in mind when you are approaching women, when you're talking to women. I said that, and you heard me say it. So what else do you want?
You use the statement, it's all men?
No, I didn't use that exact phrase. I said women don't always feel safe around men, so here's what you need to consider. I've said that. I've explained it to you. You're just being
Is that in your
nitpicky.
book? Is that in your
It is
book?
correct in my book. Yes.
So
So
you reference how women see men as predators?
I didn't say predators. I said they don't feel safe around men.
Why don't they feel safe around men?
Their own experience. I don't know. I just know that to be true. So what's your
You
point?
don't know why women feel unsafe around
I
men?
think their own experience, I said. That's what I said. Didn't I just say their own experience?
Their individual experience?
Potentially, yes.
We're talking on the collective. We know that We know about abuse. We know about intimate partner violence. So if you're offering advice, don't you think you should be reminding men that it has to start with understanding why it is all men, why women should fear men?
I think there's a lot of reasons why women fear men, and it could be statistics, it could be their own experience, but I know for a fact that women fear men. That's why women park in certain places so they feel safe. Like this is all. What are you asking?
I'm just asking you if you're going to be up here trying to sell your book, getting people to purchase your book, offering dating advice to men. I think there's a blind spot there that you got to work through.
I
man.
literally
There's
said
a blind
I
spot.
talk about it in my book, but you're just being a dick
Why are you so triggered, man?
because you're being a dick.
Am I?
100%, yes.
Because you weren't aware of what it's all men means. I'm being a dick.
I didn't say I'm not aware of it. I said I was when I realized what the phrase meant when you explained it. You just said it's all men. It's all men. Like I'm supposed to know what that means. Then when you explained it, I'm like, oh yes, I have heard that. Women talk about that, and in my book, I say that if women feel unsafe around men, be aware of that, and this is how you can approach with more respect. That's what I say in my book. So, what's your point?
This is why it's all men. What you're displaying right now is why it's
Why
all
do we
men.
keep going back to this? I said I addressed it in my book, which you said, hey, if you're giving dating advice, you should address it. I said I addressed it. Now you're going back to it. So what's your point?
No, you said, now you're saying that. You didn't know what it meant.
Okay, and I said for the fucking 15th time when you
Wow,
explained
bro.
what you meant.
Getting a little triggered.
Yes, because you're a dick. Whenever you said, hey, this is what it means, I said, oh yes, and I have addressed it. But you keep going back to it because you just want to fucking be a dick.
Am I?
Absolutely.
So you don't want to be challenged. You expect everybody to take your advice?
No, I told you I give that advice and you still want to continue to challenge me. So what's your point?
You don't want to be challenged.
I said I give that advice and you continue to harp on it. So I do not think it's about the advice. It's about you being a dick.
No, it's about me calling out bad behavior of men. We're trying to help men, and I don't see you as somebody who's necessarily willing to do the work to deconstruct, to truly do that.
Based on what?
The fact that you're so defensive about not knowing what it's all men means.
I said I knew what it
You're
meant.
the one
I
that's
said I
swearing.
knew
You're
what
the one
it
that's
meant.
insulting.
I said I knew what it meant when you explained it. What don't you understand about that?
How could you possibly know what that statement means? Not know. How could you possibly not know that? You are in this space, man. You are offering advice to men about dating. How could you possibly not know what that statement means?
I said whenever you explained it, it came to me that I know what it means. It's not all men, but it's always men or something like that. I've heard the phrase. I get it, but that's not something that's on top of mind. It has nothing to do with dating. It just has to do with how women feel, unsafe around men. And I said I give men the advice to how to talk to women to, that if they're scared, there's a way to make sure that they can feel safer. That's what I'm saying.
You don't think it has anything to do with dating?
No.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. Wow.
And you're supposed to be an expert in this field?
I am an expert.
You're an expert, and you don't think the cautionary tale of it's all men has anything to do with dating?
I said I've addressed that in my book, but no, I'm not walking around saying it's all men. I said women do not feel safe around men, so make sure that they feel safe around you. That's the advice I give, and it's fucking good advice. So do you want to continue to harp on it or what?
I don't know why you're getting so defensive, man.
I've already explained it to you because you're a dick.
I don't know you can say that, sure. That's what happens when you're losing a debate, but I think you should
So this
thank
is
me.
a debate. This is a debate.
I
We're
think you
having a
should
debate.
thank me for getting more. I think you should thank me for getting more people in here. That's what
I don't care. This isn't a debate show, but you want to come in here and debate because you're a dick. It's fine. It's what you do.
So I'm a dick because I'm challenging you?
It's not just because you're challenging me. People challenge me all the time. I have so many disagreements with Red Pill guys.
So everybody who challenges you is a dick?
Did I just say that?
I'm
did you hear
asking
what I
you.
said? I said no.
No, I'm asking you. Why am I a dick?
I have
Because I'm
so many
challenging you?
challenges with people who debate me on Red Pill, and it's completely civil. You're a dick.
How is this not civil? You're the only one that's insulting, not me.
Because you're a dick, and I can tell you're a dick.
Really? Why am I a dick, man? Tell me why.
I can tell. It's just so obvious, man. And like, if you're just gonna continue to harp on the same things over and over again, I'm just gonna hang up. We're gonna move on.
Go ahead and kick me then. That's fine.
Yeah.
We've exposed you, though.
No, I'm
We've
exposed. I'm
you.
so exposed. I'm so scared. Hey, what's up, BCJ?
Hey, Raph, how you doing, buddy? That was, yeah. Some people just want to fight.
That's all he wanted to do. He was not really interested in any way talking about anything. He brought all his little fangirls in here. It's just what it is.
Yeah, no, it's just like, I mean, look, the truth is that you're doing good things, and it annoys people who can't get their own lives together and stuff like that, and just want to blame women for everything. So, you know, keep doing what you're doing. Been doing good myself though, but I kind of discovered. So I'm trying to start a new 1 month challenge, which is I'm trying not to talk about my ex for an entire month. I'm still
Who do you talk to your ex about?
friends. It's hard not to come up in subjects. I'm still a bit haunted by it, you know. But one of the big things is like I've I've kind of been like I've been going out, but my entire social life I've learned is just going to bars.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing it's like, it's kind of getting a little damaging for me too. Like, just on a natural instinct with that. Like, just because, drinking like all the time, I'm someone who just keeps going for it. Like, been having good experiences, meeting people. Like, got some numbers like a few weeks ago. But I'm just like trying to figure out what are some good what are some better ways to meet people outside of bars, because I'm kind of like it's just the fact that it's like I'm just waiting for the weekend, having no social life during the week, which it's good because I'm writing at night, so drinking is just not optimal for me when I'm writing a script, because then I'm going to think I'm writing the best thing ever and then wake up the next morning just being like, what the fuck was that? And, I'm just kind of wanted to get like a group consensus, just some good ways to meet people in general, like outside.
Yeah. I mean, I know you write, you go to the gym, you go to bars. What else do you do in your free time?
Sadly, I found that to be pretty much it lately. Like, I'm editing my first feature film, and that, requires a lot of time and dedication. Which it's coming pretty well, by the way. But, it's coming pretty well, like, by the way, like, getting ready to, have a big screening, kind of nervous about that. Been getting some vibes, been met someone. I'm kind of texting with her right now. But it's like I'm kind of up for doing anything, but a lot of the stuff that I do, like, I mean, it's sort of going to the gym, but once the weather is really nice, I like to go take like 9 to 10 mile walks, but that's much more of a solo activity. Hiking, it's good, but that's something typically done with your friends. And I've been having a bit of a problem too, which is I just don't text anyone sometimes.
What do you mean?
Because I make friends, like guys and girls, when I go out. I get numbers. I vibe with people. Like, sometimes, like, that's a really great idea, Nicole P. I was thinking of trying run clubs.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say, doing things in groups that share your interests is the best advice I can give in terms of like how to meet people outside of bars, school, work, etc. Because you already share an interest, and it's someone you're gonna see regularly, which means you can build it up over time.
Yeah, because it's like really a big thing. Like it's really a big thing because okay, like sometimes when I'm way too drunk, right? There's a bodega down the block from me.
Nice.
Greatest, best bodega in the city, right? And I go there at 3 a.m. at the end of a very long night, and I make pretty good money. And if I'm really drunk, I befriend everyone and then just start. This is kind of embarrassing. Buying stuff for literally everyone, buying everyone in the deli stuff. They then just want to chill with me and they give me their numbers. That also goes at bars. But, I've got, like, my trust issues extend beyond dating. It's at this part, like, Atlas, you're just upset that he's not letting you up yet, man. Relax. People get their
Just
turns.
ignore them, dude. They literally came in here to troll, man. It's the same thing with Smokey. People love to hate, and that's fine. They
Who?
got nothing better. They got nothing better to do with their life than
Who's
come here to
Smokey?
troll.
Yeah, this is the most attention they'll get in their lives. Like, the other thing is I'm just an adventurous soul. I'm down to do anything. Like, I'm like I plan on just joining like canoeing groups and like rafting groups and stuff like that by myself. I mean, maybe even cooking classes because I do love to cook. I mean, I just attempted to make a turkey leg for the first time. I think I did it. Um,
Oh, I saw you
Epi, you
mention
know
that turkey
what?
leg. Yeah,
Yeah, I think I over undercooked it a little bit. I'm not why
just ignore
I
them,
mean,
dude. Just ignore
yeah,
them. We're having a
yeah,
conversation, man.
yeah, yeah. You're very right. You're very right. And it's another thing, and this is a weird thing too that I just kind of want advice on, right? So when we go into talking about like, what do you do for a living? It's always now fun to be like they ask me to guess, I ask them to guess. I just always guess fashion or something like that or modeling or something as a compliment right off the bat. But, they go into asking me about film, right? Like, because I am a filmmaker. And then I'm not Ember Shard. I try. Sometimes I get left on red, but it doesn't bother me. I mean, look, it's always a journey. But so the subject matter, they're like, so what's your film about? The subject matter of my film is intentionally so disturbing. Like, it's hard not to sound like a creep talking like David Lynch,
Yeah,
like how his stuff is intentionally provocative or like I mean look, a trigger warning if any of you want to go watch this movie. um like if any of you want to go watch this movie, trigger warning, Irreversible or Enter the Void, they're disgusting movies. But I find it hard because it's like if it's hard for me to describe the movie without kind of I worry that it makes me sound like I'm a creep too.
maybe give a PG version of what the movie's about. Then when you're being asked.
I mean, I think this film's going to be NC-17, but I got you.
But I think you can
Like,
talk about like the journey the protagonist goes through or whatever. I don't think it has to be like the details.
true. I mean, someone once actually told me to what would be a good idea is to be like, it's not safe for work. You sure you want to hear it?
That could be
You know,
a
like
strategy.
to build interest. I mean, I'm getting into a sort of point of my life right now where I'm kind of starting to feel like a lot more of a like just a kind of content vibe at this point. Like I just finally cleaned up my goddamn apartment, like deep cleaned it with my best friend last week. So I finally like feel good when I get home again. It's a big deal for me. I mean, now I still gotta get my, I still gotta get my cable and all that. I'm just very, very, um, Yeah, which is something. I'm just a very, very forgetful guy. I mean, to be honest, I kind of big reason I wanted to come up. I did want to ask that, like finding clubs and stuff like that. I mean, I knew that was going to be the answer, but another reason I kind of wanted to get up was the the chat is unusually more hostile than like most weeks.
It's because some that dude brought in a bunch of trolls. That's all it is. He just brought in a fucking bunch
Yeah,
of trolls. I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
if
I
he's got
just
a
felt
following or not, but it sounds like he just came in here to start some shit, which is that's what trolls do. That's what guys with no life do.
Yeah, I just wanted to, I mean, like you're like you're in many ways like a big brother to me, on the a digital big brother to all of us, because it's like, I mean, just in general, I feel like I'm like miles ahead of where I was the first time
You
that
called?
I came up, that I
Yeah,
called. Like,
absolutely, dude. Absolutely, man.
so it's, but, and it's just in general, like, I mean, it was good because my friend last week, it's like he's just went through a terrible breakup himself not too long ago. I don't want to get into the details, but his relationship had gotten so bad that they were not even sleeping together in the last year.
Yikes.
Yeah, and he's now at the point where it's like, I want to go out and meet some women again. By the way, have you watched Man Seeking Woman yet?
No.
Okay, yeah. Once again, that is necessary for everyone to watch. And another thing, sorry, I'm going to go after this because I realized I'm feeling a lot better than I thought I did once I come on and saying everything, right? I'm sorry if I wanted to do a little self promotion here, but I've been talking about this for a while. I want to let everyone know that this Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 7 p.m. your time, right? I think
Yes.
I am going to be doing my very first live, which I'm going to be not giving dating advice, going to be giving confidence advice, self acceptance advice, but mostly going to be doing it through the art of film and music. I want people to come on, tell me their pain. I will give you a movie to recommend. And if you don't have the streaming service, I will DM you my
Do
passwords.
you watch that many movies where you can recommend advice based on film?
Oh yeah. Like I know exactly what film to watch. I watch like, I watch I watch about I watch about 300 new films a year.
Damn.
And that is like, and that's a bad year. Like because I do feel like, there's always someone we can relate to. I mean, number one film I always tell everyone, and this is in many ways an anti-red pill film, before the red pill even existed. It's a Hong Kong film from 1992 called Days of Being Wild, which is about this like really like, handsome womanizer who, he picks up women, like multiple women throughout the film, and then breaks their hearts, and there's other men who love these women more who they reject and all of that. But as the film goes on, it deconstructs this womanizer to see how kind of miserable and sad he really is.
Wow.
And it's a really helpful one. Or I mean, there's a director known, named Wong Kar-wai. Everyone should check him out. Everyone should check him out. He makes films specifically almost always about heartbreak. Like best known one is one called In the Mood for Love, which is about a married man and a married woman who live next door to each other and discover that their spouses are having an affair with each other. So,
That's cool. That's a
um,
cool concept, man. I like that a lot. Yeah, so you said when is it again?
it's called In the Mood for Love.
Nice. No, no,
And
no, no, no. I'm talking about
sadly,
your live.
oh, my life, the one
Live.
that is
Yeah.
like my life, I'm gonna, you know, I think I'm gonna call it Reels for Real Pain or something.
Could be interesting.
I'm gonna, of course, start by just once again saying that everybody here needs to watch Man Seeking Woman. It will really put everything into perspective. It's hilarious. It really does not take I haven't had a drink today, Shannon, but you know, this is, but it doesn't take like a misogynistic point of view. It's Reels for Real. Yeah, I like that. I like that. There's probably people who really need there's really people who need this more than me. I'm a let it go and just laugh. So, sorry if I wasted 5 minutes here.
No, man, I think that's cool, man. And hey, like I said, find the hobbies that
Thinking of
that
going to some like horror film events,
right.
stuff that's more film buff oriented.
Dude, yes. If you meet another cinephile, I mean, that sounds pretty ideal. Especially someone maybe who even likes working on film. Did I lose you?
Oh no, you're good. You're
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, people like the genres of films you write or the genre of films you really enjoy, dude. I mean, that's really what it comes down to is finding people who enjoy the same things you do. That's going to be one of the best ways to meet people outside of bars, dating apps, clubs, etc.
Atlas Cinephile is a requirement for me from a partner. So there's a lot of other stuff. But so you're not really getting at me with that, Atlas. And plus also horror film fest, that's where there's going to be people who are not going to really be triggered by the weirdness of my film.
Yeah, I'm gonna write down Man Seeking Woman. I'm always looking for a show idea, so let me put that down now.
Atlas host helped me reach answers by myself. That's kind of like how therapy works sometimes. I have a therapist, doesn't really do anything besides ask me questions and let me come to it. Sometimes just talking gets stuff off your chest.
Just a troll, man. I am gonna bring him up after I bring somebody else up because I like dealing with trolls. But let me get to a couple other people. BC's dad, dude. But
Thanks, buddy.
honestly, man, like you're on the right track. Do things that interest you outside, not in the house. Do everything you can to meet people out in real life that share your interests, and dude, and keep it up. And yeah, I think cutting back on bars and drinking would never hurt.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do just Saturdays from now on.
Yeah, I think that's a good strategy because me personally, I like marijuana. Only do it on the weekends because I'm
See,
not gonna do it on the weekdays.
marijuana is, as soon as I start smoking, I am in the zone and I can write like 50 pages.
I can do anything when I'm
Yeah.
unavailable.
All right, buddy.
Hey
Thanks.
man, catch you next time.
All right. And hey, by the way, all you incels and trolls, glad that I've gotten on your nerves. I'm glad to know that I mean that much to you, that my happiness and my asking for advice is so triggering to you. It gives me satisfaction.
Yeah, Atlas definitely doesn't pull any women. Like everybody knows that. It's so obvious. But all right, man, I'll catch you next time.
Catch you later, buddy.
You're not next, Atlas, but you're after Efrey. If Efrey can connect, I clicked accept, but it's being slow. You might actually be next, Atlas, if Efrey doesn't connect. There she goes, I think. Nope. Wes, you're not next. What do you mean it's not going my way? All right, Efrey, I gotta move on because I don't know what's happening. You're not connecting. Yeah, let's just deal with that. Listen, if he's gonna be a complete dick, he's gone. But let's do it.
Hi,
All right, what's on your mind, dude? You got a lot to say.
I do. Because you told that previous guest literally what he wanted to hear.
I didn't do anything like that, but go for it.
Really? What advice did you give besides all of the things that he said he wanted in a relationship?
I told him where he can try to go meet new people, and you
At
also
the
don't know. And
bar?
you also
He
no.
literally said he was going to the
Did
bar.
I tell him to go meet women at the bar? Sounds like you
You
weren't
told him to go to
listening.
the bar and the
I
clubs.
never said, dude. That's how much you didn't fucking listen. That's how like
Actually, I
dumb I
did.
actually know you are. That's how dumb
Oh,
I know you actually are. I told
really?
him
You
maybe
couldn't figure out what
stop
Steve's
going to
point
bar.
was.
Who the fuck is Steve?
Steve?
Yeah,
Facts
who's
still
Steve?
matter, homebrew.
Oh, so you guys are buddies.
No, actually, Steve does not like me.
Okay, so you know him by first name, even though his name is nowhere to be
No,
found.
I know Steve's right. I know that you're incorrect.
Okay, so you know Steve on a personal level, so you came
So,
here to
did you not
troll and dick ride
understand the
him.
whole thing? Okay, so if you and me were on the street and I walked up to you
Hmm.
and I had a woman next to me, are you going to look at me or are you going to look at the woman
I have no idea what I'm gonna look at.
in a confrontation?
I,
Who are you going to look at as a
in
threat?
a confrontation? What are you
Yeah,
talking
no.
about
Who are
right
you going to
now?
look at? Like a threat analysis. Like if between the two of us, like you see me and her,
You
we both
sound
look
like a
kind of dark.
pipsqueak, so I don't think I'd look
Yeah.
at
Are
you at
you going to
all.
fucking answer? Or you going
I
to
just
pivot?
did. You sound like a pipsqueak, so I don't think I
That's
consider you.
great.
I don't
So
consider you
so
a
you don't
threat.
even know what the fuck I look like.
I
That's
could tell
okay.
by your voice. I could tell by your
Okay,
voice. You're a
yeah,
tiny
no,
guy.
yeah,
You're a
you can
tiny
tell by my
guy.
voice.
You're a
That's
tiny
adorable.
guy who doesn't
Yeah,
get
you're a guy
women.
that sits
You're a
on
tiny
you're
guy.
a guy that sits on fucking lives talking
Yeah,
shit,
one day a
and
week.
yet I'm laying down with three fucking women.
Oh yeah,
So,
you're laying out with her. Yeah,
nonetheless,
put him on the
Christy
mic. Put him on the
Jordan
mic.
and fucking
Let's hear
Rose.
him, Christy. Okay, put him on the mic. Have him say hi.
No, Christy, come here.
Yeah, Christy, get over here, Christy.
Yeah, come on. You want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi, is he sleeping with
See?
3 women right now?
Yes.
Oh, tell her what to say.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I believe you.
No, it's fine. It's all right. You wanted to fucking test that, and you fucking lost. There you go.
I'm
So
so
nonetheless,
lost,
no,
dude.
no, time out.
You're a
You
little
asked her to
troll
fucking no,
pipsqueak.
time out. Do you want to? Are you gonna agree with what this fucking woman said, or are you just gonna disregard
You
everything
told
that
her
I
what
fucking
to say,
said?
dude. Everyone heard it. All 70 people here heard you tell her what to say.
And yet, I don't see you bringing up any women in your life.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bring my wife on the stream so you guys can troll.
Oh, which means you can't fucking do it. That's great.
Okay.
That's great.
What's your question?
No,
Do
go
I
on.
find you threatening?
Go on.
My wife's not here right
Wait.
now, but I'm not gonna bring her on the
Oh,
stream anyway.
she's not here right now. That's adorable. You gave me fucking shit
Because you're a pipsqueak.
because I actually brought someone
Because you're a
fucking here.
pipsqueak.
Oh, yeah. Here's you fucking running from the point, dodging fucking Steve's
I don't see
point,
you as a
which
threat.
basically.
I don't see you as a threat,
Okay,
so I
nonetheless.
don't know who I'd be
Okay,
looking
okay,
at. I'd probably
fine,
be
fine,
looking
fine,
over
fine,
you. I'd
fine,
probably
fine.
be looking
Shut
past
up
you.
and wait a half a second.
I'd probably
Let's
be
say
looking
it's
right
not me.
past you.
No, time out. Let's say it's not me, right? Let's say it's a man and another fucking woman, right? You're not gonna fucking look at that man walking down the street and think threat analysis. You don't do threat analysis at all.
Yes, if someone is going to be a threat to me, I'm definitely gonna analyze who I think is gonna be the biggest threat. Yes,
Yeah, which one? Man or woman?
depends on the situation. Because if it's you, it's probably
Man or
not you.
woman?
It's probably
No,
Christy at
fuck
this
that.
point.
Man or
It's
woman?
probably Christy between you and her.
Between me and her.
Yeah, I'd probably be more worried
Really?
about
You haven't
Christy
even
than
seen
you.
Christy. You gave me shit because my voice was high pitched. Was her voice more high pitched than me?
Okay, let's just say men for the sake
That
of
was
the
your whole
stupid.
fucking
Let's
argument,
just say
right?
men for the stupid. Okay, what's
No,
the
time
point?
out. That was
Let's
okay.
say
So it's
men.
men.
What's your point?
So, in case you were wondering, Steve's whole fucking point here that you entirely grazed over was the fact that women are going to do the same fucking thing that you just fucking did. They're going to look at the
I've
man
always
and they're
said
going to
that.
perceive
I've
a
always said that.
they're going to perceive
I've already
they're going to
said that.
perceive a fucking threat.
I've already said that.
Okay?
I said women don't feel safe around men. What else do you want me to say?
You need to acknowledge that.
I've already have acknowledged it. It's in my book, and I acknowledged it earlier, but you're not
Oh,
listening.
what's your book?
It's sitting right next to my face.
Right next to your face, the attraction handbook. Let's look up the ratings on the attraction handbook.
Yeah,
let's see how
look it
well
up.
that's fucking
Let's
doing.
look it up.
Yep, let's do it. That's all right. We can do that. Let's look up the attraction handbook.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's type it in. No, Christy's
See how
being
well
held
that
against her
fucking
will.
works. No, hold on. We'll pull it up. The attraction handbook.
Do it. Go for it.
I will.
He's
It's
just a
fine.
troll, Pixel Vendors. Him and his buddy Steve are came here to
3.7
troll.
reviews.
3.7 reviews. There's way more on
There are
Amazon.
3.7 rating.
No, it's
Sorry.
not 3.7
That's
rating.
not even out of 5. Hold on.
That's not even in my book, dude. That's not in my book.
31% gives 5-star rating, 4-star 29%, 3-star 24%.
Make sure you're looking at the right one.
Oh, fair.
No, my book has
Fair.
5 stars, but go for it.
No, do you want me to fucking here?
You want me
I'll
to put the
fucking-
link? I'll put
No,
the link.
time out.
I'll put the link
pull
in
it
the.
up.
I got no
it's
problem
fine.
putting the link in the chat. I promise.
Great. I will literally here. Hold on.
There's a
Host,
link in
can I
the
turn on
chat.
my
There's
camera?
my book. You
Can I turn on my camera?
Go for it,
I'm
dude.
not going to show my face.
Yeah,
I'll literally show my
please don't,
ceiling.
for the sake of us, do not show your face.
It's all right. It's fine. So I'm going to do that, and then hold on.
No, he wanted to come troll. I'm gonna let him and Steve come in here and troll. He says I don't like ops. I'm sitting here like smacking him
No,
around.
time out.
But,
Time
yeah.
out.
Time out. We gotta call time out. What are we doing, dude?
What does that say? Does that say 5 stars?
You're not even showing anything.
The attraction handbook. It says right above
You're
the
not even showing anything.
motherfucker. The attraction.
You can keep saying it, but that doesn't mean it's showing on the screen.
3.7. Oh, my bad. Come on. There we go. The attraction handbook.
That's not my book.
There.
That's not my book. That's not my
Okay.
book.
Okay, fine.
Click
Hold
the
on.
link I put in the chat and tell me what you see.
Hold on.
Hold on, time out. Let me get
No,
Christy.
I'm finding
Let me
your
get
book,
Christy.
'cause you said
I'm
this was
finding- I
not
put a
your
link in
book.
it. You don't need to
It's
find
not
it.
your
I
book.
put a
It's
link. I put a link in the chat. You don't need to find it.
Link in the chat. Hold on.
You walked into trolls. You walked into a guy named Steve that is
Hold
trying
on.
to troll. That brought all his little dick riders to come troll.
Hold on.
And this
Copy
dude,
to
and this
sign.
dude, this little pipsqueak asked me if I'm
No,
threatened
time
by
out.
him.
Can you fucking shut up?
Can you
for
not
2 goddamn
listen
seconds?
while you click a button? Are you not able to hear someone talk while you click a link? I'm sorry, your brain doesn't work that well. Yeah, time
I'm
out.
back. In case you thought I was fucking leaving.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe you got dial up. I don't know
No,
what's going on
were
with
you
you.
about to say I timed out?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, yeah, you didn't say anything. You're right. Thank you for that.
Oh, I just got restricted for bullying, so that just says
Oh,
a lot.
thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got
you
restricted for
bullying
bullying.
shit.
Even
You're a
TikTok,
fucking
even
pushover,
TikTok
bro.
thinks I'm bullying you.
Yeah, thanks. But, you know,
But and you're not, Christy.
yeah.
Yeah.
That all you got is literally
I got
my
a
fucking
lot, buddy.
tongue?
I've been slapping you around.
Yeah? You got your
Yeah.
wife here?
Yeah.
That you failed to bring up?
Yeah. Did you click the link yet? Struggling
Hold
to
on.
click a link? Actually,
Yeah, I will give you that. I actually am. There it is.
And what's the rating on it?
Attraction handbook. Visit site.
What's the rating on that?
Look at that. There it is. 5 stars.
Interesting.
15 fucking reviews?
Oh
You
no,
had
not 15 reviews.
reviews?
Not 15 reviews.
That's dick.
Okay, it's
You
not,
had better. You had better with the previous fucking book.
dude.
You had more fucking people.
Okay, what's your point?
Are these literally the people that you fucking scammed?
But yeah, I scammed everybody. What's your point?
Yeah, because apparently you have 15 fucking people.
15
That's dick.
reviewers. Okay, it's a dick. I'm not selling a lot of.
15
Okay, I'm not
reviewers.
selling a
Okay,
lot of books.
Show me. Okay,
Okay, I'm not selling a lot of books.
Hold
What's your
on.
point?
Let me see how many purchases.
Okay, I'm not selling a
Hold
lot
on.
of books. Go ahead and tell me. Go. What's your point?
Number 300,000. Good for you.
So what's your point? Now that you've seen that my book's
Hold
well
on.
reviewed, what else do you want?
Number 2,000, almost 3,000 in communication and social skills.
Okay, what's your point, dude?
Customers find the book practical.
Okay, what's your
with
point,
one
dude?
noting how it balances psychology with actionable advice. Oh, good on you.
Yeah, exactly. So what's your point? Do you feel stupid yet, or you want to keep going?
No, actually, I don't, because you have 15 fucking people,
Okay,
and out
and
of
you have
15
nobody-
people, that
you have
is
nobody
literally
in your-
that is literally like dick. Like that's I'm pretty sure. Like I have more
Am I
followers.
supposed to feel bad, dude? Am I supposed to? I don't feel bad. So what's your point?
My point is that you give advice to make men feel good.
I don't give
and
advice to
then
make men
you
feel
write a
good. I
book
give men
that
advice
probably
that they don't want
equally
to hear.
fucking makes
I
men
give men advice they don't want to hear. Like you have to start from the inside and go to
fucking
therapy and shit like
fucking
that.
beastie needs to go out and maybe find a middle ground between him and a woman.
Dude, no one should listen to
What he
you
has to
about
fucking do.
anything. One, you don't listen. Two, you can't read. Three, you can't listen
I don't
and
listen
click on
to I
things.
don't listen to
Four,
simps.
you're
You're
a
right.
pipsqueak.
Oh, I'm a pipsqueak.
100%.
How much do you weigh and how tall are you?
I don't care. I'm not gonna answer that. You're a pipsqueak.
Yeah, because you called me a pipsqueak. How
Yes.
tall are you?
I'm not. Don't worry about it. You're a pipsqueak. I'm
Yeah, don't
on
worry
camera.
about it. Are you welterweight?
Open the camera and then we can talk about height and looks and etc. Put your face on screen.
Hold on.
This guy struggles with his technology and probably in life in general. Yeah, that's pipsqueaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah, that's a
How
face
tall
only
are you?
mother could love.
How tall are you?
I'm 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 foot and still full of shit. I'd still drop you on your ass.
Okay, fatty.
Yeah.
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 How much you bench?
Yeah. Why don't you get Steve back in here?
Why don't you stand up?
Why don't you
Why
get
don't you
Steve
stand
in
up?
here? Why don't you get Steve in here so
I
you
don't
can
have to
feel
get
safe?
Steve in here
Yeah, you
because
gotta
I don't
follow
rely
Steve
on other
around.
fucking
You gotta
men.
follow.
No,
You gotta
time
follow
out.
Steve
I don't rely on
around.
other
You gotta
fucking men
follow
to
Steve
defend who the
around.
fuck I
You
am.
gotta follow
I get that
Steve
you
around.
fucking do because you're a pansy ass bitch, but I don't fucking do that.
Okay.
You rely on other fucking men, which is why you need me to
What
fucking
man
have
do I
somebody
rely
else
on?
here.
What men do I rely on?
You fucking said that I'm a pansy ass bitch.
What
yet
men do I rely
I
on?
proved to
What
you
men
that
do I
I
rely
have
on?
3 fucking women.
What
No,
men do
time
I
out.
rely
I proved
on?
to you. I proved to you that I had 3
What
fucking
men? You
women.
didn't prove shit. What men do I rely on?
What men do you rely on other fucking men? You literally have other fucking men join your panel, buy into your bullshit because you make them feel good, and then call me a fucking pansy for calling you out on it. And then on top of that, I agree with a real fucking person that actually backs and defends fucking women and actually sees the sides of fucking women. What have you talked about women at all besides what points have you brought towards women? What way have you defended women? What? Tell me.
Do you watch
Have
any?
you-
Do you
have
watch
you-
any of my content?
Tell me.
Do you watch any of my content?
Host, are you gonna tell me or are you gonna fucking
Do you watch any of my content?
are you gonna tiptoe around the fucking point or are you gonna bring up a
No,
point?
I'm like 1 second away from just hanging up on you because you don't know what you're
because
talking
you're gonna
about.
fucking run. It's okay.
Because you don't in any
I'm
way,
asking you a
because
question
you don't
to
in any way
prove-
know what I post
Host,
or what I
I'm
do.
asking you to fucking tell me. I'm literally asking you.
I understand you're asking me. It doesn't mean I'm going to answer.
Can
You don't
you
run
fucking
this. You
tell
don't
me,
run
or are
this
you
shit.
just gonna run?
No, watch my content.
Watch
and
the host not
watch my
fucking tell me.
content, dude. Look,
Watch
look
the
at
host
the
not
comments.
fucking tell
Look
me.
at the content.
Guys,
look at the comments
here
and tell
I am
me if you think.
asking the host.
Look at the comments and
right
tell me
here.
if you think you have a good look going on for you right now.
Host, you gonna tell me?
Are you going to look at the comments?
I don't have to look at the fucking comments.
Okay. Well, maybe you should look.
I'm asking
maybe
you
should
to
look
answer
at
a
getting
very
barber.
simple question.
Yo,
Hey, what's up,
I
RC?
just what's going on, bro? I just wanted to say when the first homosexual was up, Faxto, I don't know if it's Fax or FGS, the other F word. When he was up, the it's all men thing.
Yeah.
What if he said all black people are violent until they prove otherwise? Like they wouldn't attribute that to any other category. But yeah, no, the Fax or F Ags, I don't know, still matter, whatever that guy's name is. Bro, he kicks people all the time. He doesn't ever let the opposition speak. So I give you credit for even
That's what I'm saying.
tolerating him for as long as you tolerated him.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have any issue with talking to trolls. I really don't. Like I control right back. Like I'm just not in any way. I've debated Andrew Wilson on the Whatever podcast. I challenged Myron Gaines in person to try to debate. I'm not afraid of some dude named Facts Still Matter. And to be like it's just a joke.
It's a grown man with painted nails, by the way.
Oh, for real?
I
mean,
also
don't
debated
judge
Andrew
people.
Wilson like 3 times. That's funny that you
You
said
did?
that.
On what?
On the Whatever podcast, I thought that they are an OnlyFans ad agency.
Oh,
And he
nice.
wanted to defend that.
And you
And I
debated
s-
him on the podcast or something else?
I wanted to debate him on the podcast, but Brian, the host, was saying I have to spend $10,000 to get on the show, and I'm like,
Are
I'm
you
not spending.
serious?
Yeah, and I said like I'm not going to spend $10,000 to get on the show. But anyway, long story short, yeah, I make content too. I go by the right corner. These people, if they don't like you, they literally want me dead. Like, so I understand where you're coming from. Like, these people are bottom of the like trash. They're disgusting. They
Yeah.
can go fucking.
Yeah,
I
could tell.
yeah, I've been dealing with these people for years. I respect that you were able to like tolerate that fat piece of shit for as long as you were able to tolerate him. He looks like Santa Claus on Ozempic. He's a piece of shit.
Damn.
But no, he really does if you go look at him. No, but these people are like really bottom of the barrel. So like,
No,
yeah, no, Andrew Wilson's no better though.
No.
Not a fan of him.
I challenge all the red pill guys, and they challenge me. Right, like my comments. I'd say if men comment on my stuff, it's normally people who are like red pilled and like want to just disagree with me. It's yeah. I'm definitely used to.
But you
this.
are red pill though.
I'm not.
Oh, you're not. Oh, I see. Yeah, no, neither am I.
No, I make anti-red pill content basically.
I think Andrew brought you up in my debate with him because I debated him 2 official times and we're supposed to debate again, but he kept bullying Nala Ray for being a corn star.
Yep.
And then I said, well, your wife has multiple baby daddies. And then he's like, I'm never debating you again. Da, 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 da. These people are bullies too. That's the other thing.
I know.
Like that facts don't matter. Andrew Wilson, a lot of these people online are bullies.
Yeah.
And it's rules for thee, not rules for me. And they have all these double standards. So
100%.
So your book is giving advice to men in dating, but it's not from a red pill perspective.
Not at all. Like I basically talk about building self-respect and self-confidence and learning how to trust yourself, learning how to face your fears. I'd say the only quote unquote red pill thing I have in there is like go to the gym, which red pill doesn't get to claim because that's been advice given around since Greek or Romans and your PE coach. So I don't think that's in any way a red pill only.
No,
advice.
not at all. And you kept saying over and over that you encourage men to make women feel safe, to acknowledge that women often feel unsafe around men because they don't know who they are, and fair enough. On average, we're bigger and stronger and we could hurt them.
Right.
So they should be on guard.
And also, like a lot of men don't take rejection well. You know, like a lot of men
Right.
when they go up and talk to a woman and they say, "Well, you're a bitch," or like they say some shit that's like not in any way gonna make them feel safe. So that's why women often give their number out even though they don't plan on talking to you because they just want to feel safe.
Yeah, but what you're advising and telling men to make women feel safe and to make an environment in which they feel safe and they feel heard. I imagine that's another part of it.
Exactly.
What more can you do? What these bully pieces of shit want you to do is say, oh yeah, all men are disgusting, we're all predators and we're all dangerous, which would also stand to reason that Ozempic Santa Claus thinks he's also a predator. Maybe he is a predator with his own daughter. I don't know. Maybe it's a projection thing. But you don't think that of men. You're not going to let these bullies force you to say that. But the best thing that we as men can do is tell other guys, make women feel comfortable and safe when they're around you. I mean, what
Exactly.
more can you do?
I never trash talk men. The only people I trash talk are red pill grifters. Like that's the only people I trash talk. In fact, most of the guys who I think fell into red pill, I feel bad for because I feel like if I was 15 years old during the pandemic and I didn't know how to talk to women, I would have gone on YouTube. And then what would YouTube do is show me red pill shit, and then I'd become toxic and I'd become a piece of shit. And that's not something I ever wanted to do. And so I want these guys, I want to help these guys. And I definitely want men to, I care about men. That's why I created this channel.
Interesting. Yeah, man, like you're not even necessarily far right and you're not red pill and you're not saying that women suck. You're not even doing anything toxic or negative. Like they still hate you. That's the crazy. That's why I go so far, because when a guy like you that's very moderate and saying all the right things, they still hate you. It's like we have a very toxic culture.
I know. And a lot of guys get mad that I fight red pill, and I don't understand. It's just such a weird thing when, it's like I'm literally trying to help men, but you're defending an ideology that isn't interested in helping you. And I'm, even if my advice was different than red pill, it's still in no way anti-men in any way. I think the issue I have is that my channel's called Women on Men, which is me interviewing women mostly. And I think a lot of people have issue with that, and they think that I'm anti-men just because I interview women, which I think says something more about them than it does anything else.
So you're not even, because honestly, I thought you were red pill for whatever reason. It just because this guy hated you so bad, and I was reading some of the comments. And it's like you're not even against what they're advocating.
I
Like,
know.
bro.
I know.
Anyway, interesting, interesting. So yeah, you just want men to treat women well. You acknowledge the faults on both sides. You're not blaming women for why things are the way they are.
Not at all.
Interesting. No, because I definitely, I'm sure you and I might not agree with everything. Because I do put a lot of, well, I put the blame on weak men. I say that weak men have created the culture that we're in. Men are leaders. I do believe we're a patriarchal species, but I don't need to like outline exactly my beliefs, but I do put the blame on men. Men are the examples. We're the leaders. They've set a poor example. They enable all these women to dress promiscuously and sleep around because they're the ones sleeping with them. So I think that, I shoulder the blame on men.
We can go into nuance. We agree in some of that, but we disagree on some of that. But I think the thing that I personally agree with you on is that I don't necessarily blame men, but what I say is that if you blame women, that's not going to get you the life you want. You can only focus on yourself. If you can only focus on what it is that you believe in and want to work on, then that is your best bet to try to improve your life. Blaming and being pissed at other people is not in any way going to help you.
Agreed. No, interesting, bro. It's just, even as nice and polite as you are, they still freaking hate you, man. Like, it's crazy, dude.
That's what it is, dude. But hey, man,
Well,
I
I'll
appreciate
take a
the
look at
call,
your
homie.
book. God bless you.
Hey, you too, man. Thank you. All right, Joe, tell me how I'm being trolled.
Yo, I don't know. Okay, you don't know this guy, obviously. This guy
I
is a
don't know any
far
of these
right.
people.
Yeah, I know. He has like 56,000 followers. Everybody's seen his videos in the past. He's like far right. He's way more extreme than even me. I don't know if you know me. We debated before. I'm like
Yes.
somewhat. Yeah. By the way, listen, you can hate on me as much as you want, but the fact is, every time I come, and I don't have an ego, I promise you, the viewers go up. So
I know. I remember now.
listen, we're already up 2 viewers right now.
2 viewers.
So
Yeah, I don't know this RC dude, but it's been a weird night, man. Like it's been a troll night, 100%. I've had more trolls tonight than I think I've ever had on a live.
I'm just saying, I hear you because listen, I know, like, I've seen that guy's videos before. He's extremely far right. He's like Nick Fuentes style, and he's kind of going with like what you're saying just to like fuck with you, whatever. Maybe I'm just on the wrong side of the internet, but I kind of know what he's doing, and it just yeah.
Cool. Yeah, Joe.
Anyway.
See, Joe, by the way, facts still matter. Joe is somebody we disagree often, and it's still respectful. So there's a difference between trolling and having an honest disagreement.
No, I'll tell you why, by the way. I'll tell you, listen, the reason why I respect you is because I think, like, on a genuine play, like, listen, obviously I don't know you, but I think on a genuine way, you want to help men. Maybe I disagree with you. Like, maybe my life has not been what you're preaching, maybe wouldn't have worked for me. But I think you're coming from a good place. Like, you generally, like, the guy before, not this last guy, the guy before him, right? You were calling him a pipsqueak and whatever. But he kind of deserved it. Like, he was being a bit of a dipshit, and you told him what he is, like you, whatever. But I mean, in general, like, you're not usually going to insult men unless they actually deserve it. Unless they're
Exactly
actually
it.
being,
Yeah. I'm in no way interested. I troll when they troll. Like, that's really all it is. Like, and I'm just somebody who I stand my ground. I don't sit here and put up with shit. But I love honest disagreements. Like, I think that pushes everyone to try to analyze the way they think and see if there's any improvement to be made.
Yeah, for sure. By the way, Kristen in the comments, she says I'm not nice to her. You got to realize the first time I think I came on TikTok about a year ago or something. She doesn't remember me. I remember her because I remember, like, her profile picture is the same. She was actually coming at me for nothing. I was just disagreeing about Trump and Biden, whatever it was. I think she was pro Biden or Kamala, whatever it was. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, but she was coming at me. So you can't play victim. Like, you came at me first, so it is what it is. You started the tone. But anyway, I remember her.
Let's just make up.
Yeah, it's all good. Listen, she goes for. But anyway, what I want to discuss. Listen, like I say, I respect what you do, right? I think you're generally trying to help men. Like, a lot of men are misguided. They're not. The fact is, a lot of men are not doing well. We could blame it on women. We could blame it on red pill. We could blame it on feminism, whatever you want to blame it on. The fact is, a lot of men are just not doing well, and I think you're trying to help them.
Exactly.
But what I see for myself is I've like I
Oh, damn, it was just getting interesting. I lost you. I don't know if you switched over to a different app or something.
oh sorry. I got a call. I got a call for a second. Sorry about that.
You're good. You said
You
what I
hear me
find
now?
interesting or
Yeah.
something, and then it cut off.
Yeah. No, I put myself on do not disturb. So this is more important, you know. But anyway, no. So yeah, what I was saying is like, there's a lot of reasons why we say men aren't doing well. What I find for myself is like, if I would have taken the feminist route, right? Because like I read both. I read the far right, I read the far left, the feminism, the men's rights, whatever you want to call it, the Myron Gaines and the whatever, whoever the big feminist is of the day. I don't know who she is today, but like I'm aware of it.
Hmm.
And what I find is just generally like, if I would have taken that advice, it would have not gotten me to the place where I am today. And I'm not, listen, I have a lot more to grow. I'm not pretending like I'm not where I want to be. I'm still far away from it, but I'm like, thank God I'm right now in a place where most things in life that I want, generally, if I work for it, come my way. Where it used to be like, no matter what effort I put in, no matter what I did, it just like was unattainable. And now I think, because like we spoke about this before, let's say going to the gym, getting the right hairstyle, whatever it is, skincare, like, or just trying to work on your social skills, whatever it is. Like, I never listen. I think sorry, I know I'm rambling a bit, but I think where I disagree with you is I never looked at it as red pill as a way of blaming women. I never personally blamed them. Like, if I got rejected, like I used to say 7, 8 years ago, before I ever got into this stuff, I got rejected a lot. I never looked at it like, oh, women are the problem. I said, I'm the problem. I'm not good enough for them. So why don't you become a better version of yourself to the point where they're actually going to want you? And thankfully, now I got to the point. I don't know if you remember me. I'm in a relationship right now for a
Yep.
while. Like, the last few years, I've been in different relationships. Like, thank God that's not where I struggle nowadays. But I just think the reason why I disagree with you is because if I would have taken your advice 6, 7, 8 years ago, I would not be in the place where I am today.
But what advice do you think I'm misguiding people on?
I think there's a certain sense of like, just be a good guy and good things will come to you. And I haven't found that to be true. I think sometimes even being, I hate to say this, I don't want to use the word toxic, but sometimes being even a bit of a piece of shit, just being a winner. Meaning girls, I feel like women, let me say women, I don't want to say girls, but women in general sometimes want guys who they feel like are confident, who are winners. And it's not always about being the nicest person.
Yeah, but
You
I
can be
never
a
say anything
piece.
about being nice, though. I don't think I've ever said the words "be a nice guy."
No, but why? Like, why is okay? Why don't men ever say like? Why don't men penalize nice women? If a girl is nice, men are like, okay, that's a good thing. I never heard a guy say nice women finish last. It's not an expression. Why is that?
Well, I think there's a number of reasons. One, I think the majority of men will date a majority of women, but it's not the same the other way around.
That, you know, it's interesting you say that. I don't know, because maybe it's just me and my friends, but like, I'll be honest, the majority of women I meet, I would not date them. Not in a bad way. Like, they're great girls, great women. Sorry, great women. Every time I say girls, your chat thinks they attack
Apparently,
me,
I
but
do
it's
it too,
fine.
which I didn't realize.
No, by the way, the reason why I say girls, to be honest, like, okay, I'm dating a woman. Sorry, a woman. She's 25. She refers to her friends as girls. She's like, oh, the girls' night out. The girls are going here. I'm like, okay, why can't I say that? What's the problem?
Girls trip. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, they think, oh, girls are under 18. I don't know. Anyway,
So
side note.
but my main advice, in fact, the entire premise of my advice, the whole basis is confidence, self-respect, not being nice. But and do I think being toxic can portray confidence? Yes, but I would never advise a man to choose toxicity over just being generally confident. I've dated successfully my whole life, and I've never in any way been toxic or been, in any
Mm.
way that way. So I was able to date with confidence alone. And so I think instead of telling guys be toxic, I'd rather tell guys be confident in yourself, have self-respect. And if you do that, that is attractive in itself.
No, I hear that makes sense. All right, can I tell you a personal story
Yeah.
in my own life, right? Just to try to show you. I one time, this is actually my current relationship, right? I was anyway. My girlfriend was out of town. I was somewhere else, whatever. Anyway, the point is, she thought I was not. On God, I was not. She thought I was cheating on her because some other girl was speaking to me for a while. I was just trying to be polite, like I wasn't attracted to her or whatever. Now, I would have thought that that would be like I thought she might break up with me. She thought that maybe I was cheating on her, even though I was not. Genuinely was not. I was just trying to be polite. But I guess the conversation went on way too long. Whatever it was, I was a little tipsy that night. I was at an event. Fine. I thought for sure, like my old self would be like, "Yo, she's gonna dump you for sure." Like I was kind of freaking out. I was like, "Oh shit, I guess I screwed this up." Whatever. What actually happened afterwards is that got her more attracted to me. As crazy as that sounds, actually, she became more invested. At first, she was like a little upset about it, but then she got way more. Somehow, she got way more invested. And I was like, I think this that you're saying that like the nice person who's not toxic works, it hasn't for me. And I know for a fact that like even a story like that kind of helped me because I made it look like, oh, other girls want this guy. So it kind of
But
validated
here's
me.
the thing. I'm not saying that some women won't find toxic traits attractive. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, what kind of man do you want to be? Do you want to be a man who's toxic, or do you want to be someone who's not? I prefer not being toxic. And so I think there's a way that you can attract people and still be a decent person that doesn't in any way make people feel bad or make them feel or manipulative or anything like that. Just being who you are can be attractive in itself. And I would rather attract people doing that than doing anything else.
I agree with you. Listen, I agree with you. I wish that if you were what you're saying, if that's how the world works, I agree with you. I wish the world was that way. But I just think there is a difference between men and women. Like men genuinely want a good girl who's not going to cheat on them, who's not getting caught up in no bullshit, who's just genuinely a good person, who's there, who's cooking food, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is. But a lot of times, women, as much as you might not agree with me, they kind of find that shit attractive. I'm just saying, I never understood for me. I'm like, why, if a girl thinks that I'm cheating on her, why is she more into me now? And that really happened to me. I'm not even saying that like to make up a story. She genuinely thought I may have been cheating on her. She, of course, was upset in the moment. But a week later, she was like never more invested in me than my life. She's like, oh, other girls want him. And she told me this herself. She's like, I guess I just have to fight with other girls to have you. I don't even think of that of myself. Trust me. I don't think I'm that guy that like every girl wants, whatever. I have certain girls, yes, certain girls not, whatever. But it was just so weird to me. Like, why is she more attracted to me? The fact that she thinks, psychologically, I understand it because it shows like, oh, if other girls want you, it means you're something, right? Like the same, it's like the married effect, right? Somebody who has a ring on their finger, more people want them.
I mean, that's a red pill tenant and is called dread game. It's a red pill tenant, which is why, again, I think the red pill is very toxic because you are playing and manipulating someone. Maybe you're not doing it on purpose, maybe you specifically, but a lot of the red pill advice that like Rolo Tomasi gives, for example, is trying to make a woman feel like she has lower self-esteem because other women want you. And if you do that, she's supposedly more attracted to you. What I'm saying is if that works, great. But like being manipulative can work. Lying can work. Being a piece of shit can work on the right person. But is that the kind of person that you want to be? Is what I think has to be answered. A million things can work. A million things you can trick women into bed, but that's not the kind of person I wanted to advise men to be.
Right. Okay, no, that's a good point. By the way, my situation, like there was no, I thought I was fucked. Like there was no reason for me to want to do that. The reason why it actually became a story was because honestly, her friend, who I think was a bit jealous of her relationship, was like, "Oh, I saw this guy, your boyfriend talking to this girl, whatever." She started shit because she wanted to pretend to be a good friend. Well, meanwhile, she was just jealous. I know whatever. I know how women work in a certain extent. Like she was just like trying to, pretend like she's being a good friend. Meanwhile, she's trying to fuck with it. But either way, but no. But I'm saying is, why aren't men? Why when a woman does that to a man, it does not have the same effect? Why does it only work one way? Why are women more attracted to that, but men are not as attracted to that same toxicity?
I think men take it more personally. I think men take, for example, women are more likely to forgive physical cheating than they are emotional cheating. That's like something I read. I could be wrong, but they're more willing to forgive it, while it's the reverse for men. Where men are more willing to forgive emotional cheating than they are physical cheating. Physical cheating for a guy typically is like it's like an ego death for them. And maybe it's a biological evolutionary thing where it's like, okay, now I don't know if I'm the father of this child, like all that kind of stuff. I don't know, but I do agree with you that it is completely different. That men, unless they're into like cuckoldry, they do not find that anyway. They find it completely almost like a death sentence if a woman cheats on them.
Yeah. I don't know. Just a weird story in my life. And
There
then, by
are
the way,
there
just
are there are there is something to be said about a woman perceiving you to be more attractive because other women find you attractive. But I think if anything, all that is social proof, which we all like social proof. We read Amazon reviews as one of the last guests proved. You know, you look at stuff that people like, oh, this person validated it, so I believe it. And it's the same thing I think in general. Not necessarily with men. Men for some reason they prefer a woman with less of a past. But if women see that you have a lot of prospects, they're going to be like, oh, then there must be something to him.
no, because I'll tell you for myself. Like I said, I'm not even saying this out of arrogance. I'm just saying, like, I know months later, a girl, she didn't know I was still in a relationship, and she came over to me and she's like, "Oh, I heard about that. I heard like the story. Like, were you cheating? Were you not?" I was like, "No, I wasn't. It was just whatever misunderstanding." And she's like, "Oh, like, would you want to go out?" I was like, "What the fuck? Like, why is she like? You thought I may have been like, now why is she asking me out?" I was like, "No, I'm still in a relationship. We're good. Like, I'm not whatever." But the fact that that came up as like somebody who heard about it, who thought I was, and now was asking the single, like, I don't know, it's just weird. Anyway,
No, I
like
think,
I was
I think
surprised.
different people, there's some people you don't even know what someone's going through. Like some people pick really toxic, shitty people. Some people are stay with abusers. Like some people are willing to put up with poor behavior, and there's a reason for that. Often it's their upbringing, often it's their own self-esteem, it's their own self-worth. There's a number of reasons why people put up with seemingly poor behavior.
No, but here's the thing: like these people, they weren't these girls, these women. They weren't women that I would think were toxic that would want that. Like
Hmm.
they seemed pretty regular. Like they just seemed like, yeah, like this is the way they like. It wasn't like I'm not talking about women who grew up in whatever okay, I don't want to generalize, but in a single parent household who were abused or whatever. I'm talking about like regular women who just went through the regular whatever, have a career, have stuff going for themselves, like they're not, and for some reason that toxicity somewhat attract them, which is weird to me. I'm not happy about it. I'm not like, oh, great. I was like, I thought I was fucked. I'm like, okay, thank God. I guess I'm not fucked. But it's actually kind of a turnoff to me. I'm like, why would you be into me if you thought I was actually doing that, you should not want me. You should be like, no, fuck this guy. This guy's a cheater. I don't want nothing to do with him.
Yeah, I mean, again, like it doesn't have to be as extreme as like a single household where you're abused. I mean, it could be as simple as they witnessed how their parents were in a relationship, and maybe the father cheated, and like maybe people think that that's just the normal behavior, and like they're drawn to that because that's all they know. We're often modeling the relationships that we have based on what we've experienced and what we've witnessed. Like you can either model your parents' relationship, or you could say, I don't like this, I'm going to change a bunch of it. So I think, there's a number of reasons why people, they basically, I believe in the phrase, you get the deserve you feel you deserve, you get the love you feel you deserve. So like, if you feel like it's okay for someone to treat me like a piece of shit, then that is often a love that you're willing to tolerate. But if you have absolute self-respect and self-esteem, you're typically not going to put up with that. And you're going to say, no way, I'm better than this. Get out of my life.
So I guess my question is, why is that a one-way street? All right, you were saying before, you were saying like, yes, you do see women are more like that than men. If that's just a biological truth, why is it only true one in one direction?
Because I think, again, like if you ask women, do you care about body count? I think a lot of them will say probably not. And I think you ask men, do you care about body count? A lot of them will say yes. Men have a different sort of ownership that they want to have over their partner. And I think because of that, they're a lot more sensitive to those kinds of things. Because again, I don't think women are thinking about it in that way. And again, and as I mentioned, like women are more likely to forgive physical affairs over emotional affairs because they just see it differently than we do.
Okay, now do you think that's biological, or do you think that's like socially a social construct? Because here's
It
my thing,
feels
right?
biological, but I don't fucking know. I could be 100% wrong.
No, I agree with you. Honestly, if you're saying that, that takes a certain level of guts to say that. Because I think it's biological. I just think men and women are wired differently, and we just feel things differently, and we see things differently, and that's okay. That's fine. Like I think that's the beauty of it. That's why we're different. That's why men like women and women like men. I mean, of course, there are LGBT people out there. I'm all for that, no problem. But I'm saying like overall, that's the majority, and that's
Actually,
okay.
I might actually go further. I don't think it's necessarily biological or social. It could be psychological.
What is like you're saying like as a part of like nurture, not like nature, not nurture?
Um,
No, other way around.
uh,
Nurture, not nature.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd say it could be a matter of nurture because, for example, like there might have been a time in my life where I cared about body counts because I was maybe insecure. But as I got more confident, the less I cared about body counts. And so I think that is more psychological than it is biological. Um,
Mm.
so I think it could be it because I think we as cognitive human beings can make a lot of choices with our biology. We override our biology all the time. And so I think it's the same kind of thing where it's like if you're consciously aware of your preferences and the things that you're feeling, it could be a psychological thing more than anything else.
I hear you. I don't know. For me, body count, the reason why I care about it is not, it's just from, it's not because I don't really care about a specific number. I just noticed the kind of women that will have casual sex, if I could say that on your panel. Sorry, I don't want to
Yeah.
strike your live, but if the kind of women that will do that are usually the kind of women that will also, even when you're in a relationship with them, they're more likely to cheat. They're more likely to want to, not even necessarily cheat, just like they're kind of looking outside. Like, is there somebody better out there? Or I don't know. I just don't see them as like, what's the word? Committed. Like they're just not as committed to the person in front of them. They're always kind of thinking like there's a whole world out there.
I think it goes both ways. I think the studies show that like people with higher body counts, men or women, might have more of a tendency to cheat, but I think it's literally like exactly split. Um, I don't think it's just one way in that regard. Um, but yeah, I mean, to me personally, if people have a preference for it, that's fine. But my only contention with it is if you have a high body count and prefer someone with a low body count, I find that incredibly hypocritical.
No, but I hear, look, do you think there's a difference? Okay, look, I'll take an example, right? For me, like I had trips, I went to South America, whatever it is. I racked up a body count out there. I ain't gonna lie, like straight up. I was out there. Nobody ever knew anything. Like for me, that was like a very safe place for like, it's nobody's ever gonna know. Do whatever you want to do, whatever. Nobody knows, nobody tell. It's fine. But I never looked at that like racking up a body count in a meaningful way. It was just sort of like whatever. Who cares? Nobody knows. Nobody saw. Like you're doing your own thing. You're just having fun. You're young. Just enjoy life. But I feel like women who have a higher body count are actually emotionally connecting with the guys. Like for me, if they would text me the next day, I'd be like, I don't want nothing to do with you. We had one night. That's it. We're done. But I feel like women are not the same way. They actually genuinely want more of a connection.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is. I think there's something to be said about maybe a different men can see casual sex a bit different than women for sure. But I think people. I don't know if it's like a universal thing. But because I definitely had a lot of hookups that weren't emotional and never had any sort of follow up. So I think I don't know if it's just a generalization, but I think if everyone's upfront about what they're looking for and what they're doing, I typically have not found it to be like a woman gets too attached personally, but that's just me.
Mm. Let me ask a different question. Why do you think women? You might disagree with the question to begin with, but why do you think women take rejection harder than men?
I don't know if I agree though, because I think
I'll give an
men.
example.
Well, real quick, just so I can expound, like I think women often give their phone numbers out anyway because they're afraid of the reaction that they're gonna get. Because I think men can blow up over a rejection. I've never seen a woman blow up in a bar because she got rejected.
Mm. By the way, just so you know, like if I ever like I'm not single nowadays, but when I was, if I got a girl's phone number, it didn't mean shit to me. I'm like, all right, if she doesn't, it was always the interaction that mattered. Did she seem like she's interested? Was she responding? Was she like invested? Was she asking questions? It never mattered. She gave out her phone number. I was like, yeah, whatever. She wants to give her to me. Whatever. It doesn't matter. She gave me a fake phone number. I never cared about that. So I agree with you. A phone number doesn't mean nothing. But I don't know. Okay, I'll give an example. I think like if I ever got a girl's phone number and she didn't respond to me, I always looked at it like, all right, whatever. She wasn't interested. Fine, accept it. Like, no problem. She didn't want what you were selling. No problem. But I had a couple times where a girl gave me her phone number and then either I never texted her or whatever. And then she found me on Instagram and she messaged me. She's like, why didn't you text me? Like, why weren't you? I was like, I don't know what happens. Like, I don't know. She's like, no, not to me. Like, it felt like they took it much harder. And I thought to myself, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, guys, every day, guys get rejected in the same way. Like, it happens every day where a guy gets rejected. He tries asking for a girl's number. She gives it to him and she doesn't respond. Like, that's normal. But the one time it happens to a girl, she's flipping out. Like, no, you can't do that to me. I'm like, I don't know, because you're just another girl out there. I don't know.
The way I see what you're describing, I think I've experienced something like that, but I think maybe men are more used to being rejected, and sometimes women maybe they're not as used to it as men. And so that one particular example, she might have taken it really personally. But I haven't found that that's like necessarily the general case. But yeah. That's
Okay,
I
interesting.
think if somebody is not used to being rejected, if like they basically got, in fact, this is a silly example, but like in high school there was this girl that was very attractive. All the guys liked her. Was like flirting with me. I had already seen her flirting with other guys and stuff, so this is like something she did. But I remember just being like, I'm interested in somebody else, and she took it hard. Like she cried. I remember that. But that was rare, and I think it's again because it was such a shock. I think for anything it was just a shock. I think for guys, you're not shocked if you're rejected. You're, if anything, offended.
I see. I see. Interesting. Um, yeah. Listen. Overall, I just will say, like, again, I think like what you're preaching would genuinely make the world a much better place. Like, it'll make relationships a lot healthier. I just wish it worked. I wish what you were saying genuinely worked. I don't know. For some reason, I don't see it because of my own life. Like when I call it the red pill, whatever you want to call it, when I took their advice, when I started going to the gym, when I got a better job, when I started reading books on like how to be better at social interactions, how to, okay, I don't want to say pickup lines because they don't work anymore, but just like those kind of things. When I started doing that, I saw the result, which technically to me, that's a red pill thing. But if I ever tried following the advice of just be a good person, just like, I guess I don't want to say what you're preaching because I know you also say go to the gym. Like you're not, obviously you also say the same thing in a certain way. I haven't found success. I only found success when I decided, fuck morality, just do what works. Be toxic, be whatever. Don't respond to texts. That's when I found results.
See, I do the exact opposite. Again, I don't preach the nice guy, but I preach confidence and self respect, which can include, maybe I'm too busy. I'm not going to text you. Like I'm thinking about my own life. I think it's a matter of like what it is what kind of man do you want to be? I do not want to be a toxic man, even if it worked. Even if it worked 100% of the time. If I could do something that was toxic and I could get laid every single time I did it, I still wouldn't do it because that's not the kind of person I want to be.
Yeah, but I feel like that's easy for you to say because, like, you're not. No, 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 no. I mean this. Like, I'm not trying to glaze you right now. I swear to God, I'm not trying to glaze you. Like, you genuinely know that you'll be fine. Like, you will find a woman no matter what because, like, you have other qualities which are good enough. You're. I'm not trying to glaze you, but you're attractive. You're well spoken. You clearly have ambition. Like, women, no matter what, will overlook, even if they want a toxic guy, but you're not being toxic. They're like, you know what? He's valuable enough. Whatever. It's fine. It's good enough. But a lot of guys, like the caller two before us, right? That guy has to play the game. If he don't play the game, he's fucked.
I see what you're saying, but I don't necessarily agree because I don't think I always look this way. I think I've always, to me, what I have found is that the more you like yourself and the more personality and humor you have, the more attractive you are. I dated women when I was broke. I've dated women, I was rejected when I was a nice guy. That's why I certainly do not preach the nice guy thing. Not at all. Not 0% nice guy. I preach confidence, self-respect. That's it.
Wait, so let me look. I was gonna ask you, sir. Okay, if you don't think being the nice guy works, when you say confidence and self-respect, like what exactly? I guess I'm trying to understand. Like, what does that mean specifically? Okay, let's say for example, let's say I was. Let me phrase the question this way. Let's say I was single right now, which
hmm
again I'm not. I know TikTok always wants to assume you're lying. I have no reason to lie. Trust me, I have no problem saying I'm a loser. I have no problem saying that. Like I'm actually in a relationship. I have no problem saying if I wasn't. I don't care. I'll be honest. I'm trying to improve myself. I don't give a shit. But I am. But if I was single right now and you were giving me advice,
hmm
what exactly would you tell me to say, like, you know what? Don't be toxic. And because right now, let's say I'm consumed by the red pill. I'm already like, you know what? I think the red pill has it edges for me. I'm going to do what they say. What would you tell me to do differently?
Well, I have to diagnose where you're falling apart. Like, if the red pill isn't working for you, then obviously get rid of it. Now let's find out. Do you feel like you are locked in physically? Do you feel like you're locked in with your clothes? Do you feel like you're locked in the mental gym? Do you feel like you're locked in the physical gym? Do you feel like you're locked in on facing your fears? Do you feel like you're locked in on respecting yourself with the commitments that you say you're going to do? If you say you're going to do X, X, and X, do you do X, X, and X? And if you don't, then that's a big problem because you probably don't have the confidence. If your confidence isn't 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10, then we got to address where you're missing.
Mm. So I'll tell you, I guess I have a little bit of a personal, like, I just think because of my history, like where I was genuinely trying to be a good person, where I was like, you know what, respect women, whatever, like open, so to speak, open the door, or buy them flowers, whatever the fuck that was. I don't know. I had a history where I was like, you know what, that's what you should do. And I just saw like I know you're gonna say, well, okay, that's too much. Like I know that's not what you're preaching. I get it. Like that's not exactly what you're preaching. I've already tried that and it didn't work. And by when I became more, I don't want to say toxic, but generally, like I became more of the kind of guy that, you know what, fuck it. I'm not gonna respond to you half a day. I'm not gonna this. I'm not gonna that. When I instead of saying, hey, how was your day? I'll just be like straight to the point, like, hey, you wanna come? Just instead of like a lot of the nice guy tendencies I got rid of, I genuinely saw in my life that it worked out a lot better. So like it's very hard for me to just to be, and I wish it wasn't that way. Like I wish that if you were just a good person, you would have
Yeah,
success.
me too.
I just haven't seen that.
But I also recommend a book called No More Mr. Nice Guy, which is a great book. But it's basically a lot of, I don't I definitely go in a different direction because he's talking about just shedding the nice guy persona. I'm focused more on like how do you build confidence from the ground up. But shedding the nice guy persona, he really echoes a lot of the things I'm saying. Like it basically is like if you are being too eager, that can push people away. Like confidence is like I'm good with or without you. I'm not going to treat you poorly. And I also say being assertive is a very attractive trait. Being assertive is going for what you want with respect but without apology. And I think if you can do that, that is also an attractive trait. So instead of being like I must do this to attract you, instead it's more like me being who I am is attractive in itself because I like myself and I'm going to treat myself with respect. And I'm not going to immediately text you right back because I'm not that desperate and eager to like get back to you. Because that to me, I still think you should text. I don't think you should play games with the text, but don't be too eager either is definitely a part of it.
I hear you. I hear you. Yo, listen, I'm gonna go now, but I'll be back another time. I got listen. I'm actually very disappointed. I went down in viewers. What the hell? This is the first time. Yo, what the hell's up with your chat? Every time I came up
I
here,
know.
I think honestly I was too agreeable. Next
That's
time I
what it
gotta
is.
argue. That's what they want. The people want the controversy.
They
Last
do.
time I was like, "Fuck this! I'm coming up. I'm gonna disagree with you on everything." This
Dude.
came up. This time I said I'm gonna be nice. Exactly. Nice guys finish last. I decided I'm being nice, and I got no viewers.
Dude, if I went toxic and the red pill like content and did shit like that, like I would get more viewers and followers. Like if I did that, but I'm like that's not what I want to do. That's not who I am. But yes, you're right because we're too agreeable. We did not get the bump we normally get.
Yeah. Listen. Hopefully next time. Next time. Listen. Next time, if I'm being an asshole next time, just know it wasn't me. The world made me that way.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Let's just pre-plan our debates going forward so we can get them going. Hey man, good talking to you.
Yeah. Listen. This was fun. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, you too.
Thanks.
All right, last two callers. I'm gonna do Franny and then Wes, and then I'm calling it. Hi, Franny.
Oh my gosh, dude. Like, that last guy was annoying as hell. Okay, so first of all, he already has a woman. Why has the red pill convinced him that he should have more women. Why does he care about dating strategy and getting women if there is already one in his life?
I think for him, it's for him. He thinks the red pill worked for him, which
Uh-huh.
if it worked for him, I can't really say much. But I think because I'm giving anti red pill advice, he wants to challenge my philosophy. I think he's on here a lot.
Yeah.
Like we've had a lot of talks.
Yeah. No, I know. It's just one of those things where it's kind of like when there's just a moment where, like, yes, maybe like he said, the red pill told him to go to the gym and exercise a little bit more or whatever. Maybe that might increase your chances of casual sex, but there is no way in hell that if you are a good, like, if you're not a good person, if you don't care for your partner and like validate her feelings and think of her, there is no way you're keeping a woman. And like the young hoes, I'm so proud of them. They got it. They've learned from seeing all of you and interacting with like men in their spaces and just decide not to. So it's one of those things where it's almost like a lose situation for women, because as I was, oh, single mom opinion rejected faux show. Okay, so I think that somebody has a very deep like daddy issue, and he's like, isn't it crazy how he points out the woman in the family structure that stayed?
That's the thing that I even brought
So
up when I debated Andrew Wilson or whatever. Is like he
yeah,
was going off on single moms. I was like, isn't another name for a single mom or a single mother home absent father home? Like, isn't that also another name? Like, it doesn't. Why
yeah,
why do we put all the onus on the mother there?
yeah.
And it's just, to me, it's a complete. It's just a guy who likes to hate women. That's really what it is. Anyone who wants
Exactly.
to rag on single moms just genuinely has a poor opinion of women.
Yeah. And I'm going to encourage you as a platform, as a person with a platform who has people that come to him, and you have your community. Um, so Beastie's dad said it would be easy to dox me. I don't want him to be kicked out or anything. I just kind of want this moment to say that, like, I did not insult you. I called you an incel. By definition, incel is involuntary celibate. So when you are indicating, so I just meant it as the like that it was involuntary. That's all I said. I wasn't derogatory toward you, but because you can't immediately pin what side a person is on because they're not using the buzzwords that you think, it doesn't mean that they're a bot.
Okay,
Like,
it's been a wild, hostile night. Let's
yeah.
everyone, we're on the same page here. We're all on the same team.
Yeah, for sure. But also as you as a person who's trying to help out these boys, like, let's encourage them to behave ethically in the okay, I'm sorry if that was insulting. I didn't mean to insult you. I do apologize if I made you feel that way. Um, but yeah, you were dehumanizing me in the comments and calling me a bot. So,
It's
I can play.
I think I'm telling you, there was so much craziness in the chat. And BC's
Yeah.
dad is normally, if anything, he normally fights trolls, and maybe he thought you were one, but I just don't think, it's been a
Yeah.
crazy night.
So for sure. So just the things that like I would encourage you to tell your listeners is to build genuine relationships with the women in their lives, the elderly women in their community, volunteer, do mutual aid, um, just do all of those things, because when people can see you being a good person, when women see you being a good person, they will find you a granddaughter, they will find you a family friend. Like, it's not impossible, but we just have to lead with our actions. We have to lead with the things that we do, and we we can't, like, women are not vending machines for where we, um, you know, put in a coin of niceness and like your output is like sex. That's not the way the world works. We need to cooperate with each other, and we need to be able to understand.
Yeah, I
Um,
think one of the
yeah,
best things that can happen for men who especially fall into red pill and don't understand dating is
yeah,
try to be friends with as many women as you can. Just try to
yeah,
befriend women, talk to your cousins, talk to people in your community, get to know them, because it's always been the when I do the research on like what made someone get out of red pill and like self admit, it's often that they just started to really talk to women and realize that a lot of that stuff all of it was untrue.
yeah,
So the more you talk to women, the more you can learn to respect them as people instead of just this like sexual object in the distance.
yeah, yeah. No, and so it goes to show kind of like how much like these men are just so easily like if you read the comments, you'll see that they're so emotional at the fact that, we can have an intelligent conversation about gender with nuance. And they are so easily upsettable that they say that I have no value for being a single mom, that they're saying all kinds of things. But you know what? Like, I think maybe they need to hear it from someone. And maybe if I say it with love, maybe
Yeah, I mean, I
they'll
try to
hear it.
reach these guys because that they're literally listening to red pill guys make fun of single moms all the time. And what's crazy is that so many of them are with single mothers. Like there's a guy named
Yeah.
David Cooley. I debated him once, and he rags on single mothers constantly. And
Yeah.
I found out he's dating a single mother, and so I call him
Hmm.
out on it every chance I get because it's like it's just a grift. It's an absolute grift. It's the
Yeah.
same thing with
Oh,
Andrew
yeah, for
Wilson.
sure.
Andrew Wilson rags on single mothers constantly, and his wife is a two-time single mother prior to their relationship.
Hmm. Yeah.
So it's just corny, and
Yeah.
it's just a way to hate women. They love hating women. This guy Zen Gen, he loves hating women. You could tell.
Yeah. So for me particularly, what I see with like these social structures that they've generated within the red pill is very much bring you very close to a broader understanding of philosophy, but then that ends in like it ends in like you need to be rich, you need to be successful, and you need to be good looking. But if you're not good looking, just like all of that bullshit. And they're so close to being to understanding something, but then they just fall so short, and it's a disappointment because they end up, instead of having broader conversations about the roles of like patriarchy and like capitalism within the dating field and like what we're looking at nowadays. No, they go ahead and they give their money to Andrew Tate, and that's so sad. It's sad.
It is. These poor men. I mean, I don't necessarily. I think if you're lost, if you don't know how to talk to women, um, like these guys seem to make sense to you, and you're gonna listen to them and,
Yeah.
and regurgitate this stuff. It's so sad. I just wish they. I that's why I'm trying to give them another way to like learn how to get self-respect and self-confidence without needing in any way to hate women or in any way to be mad
Yeah.
at women.
Yeah.
But it's an uphill fight.
Yeah. If you have any of them that are rowdy and you want me to fight them, let me know.
Yeah, I'll sick Franny on him next time I see him.
Yeah, dude. So can I plug in something real quick?
Sure.
Okay, so I am I'm a person in Los Angeles County,
I'm in
and
Orange County.
what? You're kidding.
I'm in Irvine.
What are you doing on May 2nd?
I don't know. I have to look.
if you're not busy, there is a party I can invite you to. It is a time travel party. Fun.
I'm
Anytime
listening.
is better than now. Are you religious?
No.
Oh, perfect. 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 Yes. I'm with a local nonprofit, and I can give you more details if you want. And so essentially, we just build community. We host picnics in the park. We do camping. We do karaoke, and all of this is free, right? Like it's a nonprofit. It's affiliated with the community, right? So just I yeah, so I'm just trying to throw a fucking good party. So, maybe you can make it out there. If anybody in your audience is in the LA area, I can uh but at the same time, I'm kind of like, I don't know if I should, because you are like on the red pill.
That's
And
why I keep
yeah, no,
my
I'm not
wife out
gonna.
of the picture. Like because
Yeah,
it is
dude.
such a toxic thing. I don't even
Yeah.
everything about me I try to keep completely private because
Yeah, as you
I get
should.
death threats. Like it just
That's fucking crazy.
yeah. But definitely send me a DM because I check my calendar. I don't seem to have anything going on. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I actually texted you, I DM'd you a screenshot of Beastie threatening to dox me.
Okay. Well, Beastie's a
So,
good dude. I'm sure it was a lapse in judgment. Beastie, we're not gonna dox people, buddy.
yeah, I know. And like again, I'm not telling you to like kick him out or anything. Like I understand he's a member of this community, but like come on, let's have some fucking composure, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, that's all.
But send me a
Thank you
DM
so
about the
much.
party. Send me a DM.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye bye. All right. Wes, sorry. One more and then I'm gonna get to you, dude. Hey Patricia.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's on your mind?
So I have a little bit of a question about a ghoster, an
Oof.
ex of mine. I know. I know. So we were together, let me say, since June of last year, and he got a new job from Costco that he got like a new position, and he also has a son from a previous relationship. So both apparently were a lot of pressure. He was not able to divide his time equally across, his job, his son, and me. And long story short, in January it was actually on my birthday, was the last time I saw him. And then I have not seen or spoken to him since. He went as far as blocking me on here and then unblocking me 2 weeks later. And I posted something on my Instagram story a couple of days ago. It was just me in my cute Easter outfit. And he messaged me saying, "Yes, Queen." And I don't know how to react and respond to that.
He messaged you what?
Yes, Queen.
When was this? When did he message you?
So I posted on Tuesday the Easter outfit. And he messaged me literally, I posted at 6:00. He messaged me like at 6:10.
Holy shit. So you guys dated from June last year to January. Then he just disappeared.
He just disappeared.
He saw an outfit, I'm guessing, or a photo of you?
It was, I was in an Easter outfit. I was in a black and white polka dot dress. And essentially, I don't know if it was the conversation I had with him previously to my birthday that may have scared him off or whatnot. But we're in a relationship. He essentially wanted the relationship first. He said, "I love you" first. I told him I couldn't get there until 2 months later. So he understood. So it was all on his pace at the end of the day. During this job, I was barely seeing him. I felt like he was, not returning my calls and texts in a timely manner. I guess 4 days go by and I don't hear from him. I don't even know if he's alive.
What was the conversation you guys had that you think might have been the issue?
So he posted me on his Instagram, like happiest birthday to the best woman alive, blah, 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 all the things. And I was like, why? Essentially, I called and I was like, I feel like I'm chasing you. I don't hear from you for a few days, 5 days, 4 days in between. And I just want open communication. If you're not feeling it, or you feel like you need a break, or if there's something on your mind that you just want to communicate, honesty, like is at the end of the day is the best. If you need a break or you feel overwhelmed, just tell me. And he just was like, it's nothing, you're not doing anything wrong. Like, I feel like I'm just being spread thin and it's not fair to you, it's not fair to my son. And then he came over that night and he gave me my present. He slept over, we didn't make love or anything. He woke up in the middle of the night to go to his job because he worked at 2 a.m, and that was the last time I saw him.
Well, I mean, it sounds like he wasn't giving you what you needed to begin with, right?
Yeah, towards the end, yeah, but all the way up to this new job, he was pretty much picture perfect. I mean, everything I've ever asked in a man, pretty much, and that's why I didn't understand how it went from 100 to 0.
Yeah, there's something really fishy about his behavior. Especially the fact that he's like messaging you now after blocking you, etc. Like he sounds quite immature because one, if somebody's like, "Hey, I'm not getting what I need from you," and their instinct is to ghost and block, like that is cowardly. That's as cowardly as I can imagine someone being. Instead of just like breaking up with you, or saying anything, doing anything other than just clicking a button and ignoring you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like I at least deserved the respect of a conversation. And I mean, I tried. Like, I tried to call him, text him for a month straight. I was like, just talk to me. Like, if you just need time, whatever. But nothing. Literally silence on his end. And then, towards the end of January, I messaged him and was like, hey, are you open to a phone call? He said yes. I called him, nothing. Then that night I called him again, nothing. I left him a voicemail saying like, hey, I think I'm getting the hint at this point that you no longer are interested, and I just have to take the hint, and I'm just gonna let you be. I completely gave him the breakup that he never asked for, and I went quiet, gave him the no contact everybody talks about on here, and then glowed up because I lost 25 pounds, and posted that, and now he's back.
Yeah, well, I hope you don't have any instinct to talk to him.
No, not at all. I just don't know what to do as far as like, do I like, is it him checking if the door's still cracked, in my opinion?
Maybe he might. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know what else he's trying to do. He might be trying to like get something casual out of it, but he doesn't sound like a healthy individual. Do you know what his relationship was like with his the mother of his son?
He always said she was toxic. He was with her for 2 years. Apparently was very toxic to him. That's all I know.
That doesn't sound, based on what I know about him so far, that just doesn't sound like that's the whole story.
Yeah.
I think personally there's nothing to gain from you furthering talking to him. You should not in any way reward his behavior by even messaging him, by even acknowledging his existence. I think the best thing you can do is glow up even more and just ignore him. Like, just completely ignore him. And then when you post a picture of you with somebody who is, going to treat you better, that's going to be the ultimate, closure, I think. Where he, and he might even DM you, but he lost his chance as far as I'm concerned.
And that's what I mean. Like, we were really good friends in high school. And so let me give you a little backstory. We were friends in high school in the same art class for 3 years. And essentially he pursued me after high school. I was in a relationship. When I went single, he was in one. So we were kind of passing ships in the same harbor, essentially for...
Been there, yeah.
Exactly. And so this past summer was the first time I was single and he was single at the same time. And he made it well known to everybody in my family and all my best friends, and that he would never put himself in a position to lose me. This is his only chance. All the great stories you could say. And then, I mean, his actions were meeting his words up to this new job, and then all of a sudden, this.
Yeah, I personally, to me, that is pretty unforgivable behavior. I put it up there with cheating. Like, how do you know he didn't cheat in that time? You know what I mean? Like, it's I think that's just unforgivable personally. And I even if he came back begging, crying, saying I've changed, do you think would you believe him?
No, this was like the biggest betrayal.
It's a betrayal as hell. Like, I mean, it's to the fact that he won't return a phone call or a text and is just putting you through that kind of shit. To me, I absolutely do not feel like that is. He doesn't deserve your attention. He doesn't deserve a thought. Um, it's just some of the shittiest behavior someone can do to somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. And
And
that's
to
why I
me,
hate.
it's like let the wound, because from January till now, I mean, it's not that long. It's only been like 3 months. But do you feel like you've been like in a healing process?
Oh yeah, like I've gone to therapy. I've been trying to help, myself get back to kind of where I was before him. Um, went to the gym, picked up a couple new hobbies, just really honing in on everything around myself. And so I'm trying to like get him out of my head. I even went on a date last night with somebody else, and I put myself out there, and I mean, it didn't really work out. But still,
Yeah,
it's
I personally think continue the healing process and find you somebody who appreciates you and isn't going to just absolutely abandon you and then ignore you. Like, that is such, especially for someone who's been with you for a long time, who's had a history. I mean, that is just so, like, that's some of the corniest shit I can think of.
I agree. And literally, like, after the phone call that I left him the voice message, he started slowly ticking me off things like our iWatch, like shared history. Then next, he was in Hawaii on Valentine's Day weekend that I saw that he posted, and then he removed the post, and then he he took me off his Instagram. All the birthday posts are like whole thing. All the pictures are gone, and just slowly doing that. And I'm like, are you? And like, I don't know if it was him baiting me to get a reaction, which I didn't. I did give the reaction he probably wanted. He blocked me on TikTok, then unblocked me on TikTok. It's just like like games. I feel like they're just games for the last 4 months or 3 months, like you said, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's time to, in fact, block him, just like cut him out of your life. He's not even a good friend. He doesn't seem to be a good partner. I hope he's a good dad, but other than that, I just don't see I don't see him helping your life or improving your life or making your life better at this point. I don't know y'all, of course, but that's just from, a quick 10-minute conversation.
Right. Well, I appreciate your help and your honesty.
I appreciate that you done so much to heal yourself during this time. Honestly, I think that's you sound better. Which, I mean, I don't know what you were like before, but I can only imagine what it was like when you couldn't get a hold of them.
Oh yeah, I was probably sobbing for a good 2 months.
I
So
I probably would have too if like someone I love just disappeared. I probably would I would lose my mind if they just left and I couldn't get a hold of them and I didn't quite understand why.
yeah.
So continue to heal. I feel like if he comes back into your life, that healing will start to revert, and that's what I don't want.
Yeah, I don't want that either. Yeah.
Hang
Oh,
tight.
oh,
Did the date go well at least?
no. No, it didn't.
Oh no.
Didn't go very well. The guy actually, we were at a local restaurant around my house, and the waiter didn't tell him that it was last call, and he went off on the waiter, and he was so terribly angry, and it was bad. It was bad.
I tell men all the time, like, the way you treat wait staff, the way you treat other people is a great sign of how that person is going to treat you. Um, that is a red flag and a half.
Yeah, and he didn't even open my car door, not once. And we went in his car 3 times to find food for him, and he didn't even open the door for me. I'm like, all right, bye.
Yeah, that's terrible. Well, hang in there. You sound like a really nice person. I think the right guy won't ghost you. I promise.
Thank you. I appreciate your time. Have a great evening.
You too. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
And last but not least, my boy Wes.
Hello.
You still on the train, dude?
Yeah, I'm on the train.
I can't believe it. Wes on
I'm
the
in.
train
I'm in St. Paul right now.
going to Cal. That's a long ride. How long is the ride?
Well, I left La Crosse, Wisconsin around 8:08, which is about when you started live, and I'm currently in St. Paul, Minneapolis area. So I'm gonna go to Portland, and then I'll transfer over to another train and head to Sacramento and drive back home.
Wow. Are you by yourself?
No, I'm traveling with my mom. We're visiting family.
Okay. Did you have a good visit with your family?
Oh yeah, it was excellent. My my grandpa has a 1937 four-door Chevy. It was actually featured in a movie.
Hmm.
It was featured in the 1988 movie Tucker, the Man in His Dream.
I never heard of it. That's cool though.
Yeah, it's just yeah, it I actually went on the dining car and I had a good dinner. And it was grilled cheese sandwich with a chocolate spoon cake.
Dude, that sounds really good.
Yeah, it's on Amtrak.
Have I been? I took an Amtrak to Canada from Seattle. That's the only time I think I've been on an Amtrak, man. But I mean, that's not your ideal kind of train though. Like you're not really big into passenger trains, right?
Yeah, I mean I am.
Okay. I didn't know if you
I
had a
actually took the train 3 times.
Wow.
I think the 2 times I was really little.
Nice, man. Well,
And what you're about to
I
say
would just say
something?
the Wi-Fi must be pretty damn good.
Yeah, it depends. Sometimes you lose signal, sometimes it really depends on the location, but I'm in a big city, so
Nice, man.
yeah, it's just yeah, Wisconsin's been good. You know, I've been helping out my grandpa with a lot of things with the barn.
Nice, man. What are you gonna do when you get back?
I don't know, just relax, try to get back into my usual environment.
Yeah, after I travel, man, I gotta like reset. It takes me like a week.
But the good news is I'll be volunteering again at my local rally museum
Starting when?
around maybe.
I think you're checking your calendar, maybe, because I lost you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good.
I was kind of checking my calendar. What were the highlights of my travel? Oh, I went to this tractor museum in Iowa. It's called the Earth Moving Legacy Center in Elkader, Iowa. And
That's
they got
cool.
they got like caterpillars. It's mostly their collection is caterpillars from like 1916 to like maybe the 80s.
That's cool. So you're into tractors too.
Yeah, I'm into machinery in
Sounds like
general.
it. Yeah. That's cool, man. I love that you have that passion, man.
Yeah, it's just you know I'm good at talking. I'm talking to you about something positive. You know, it's a break from all the trolls and
It was a wild night, man. It was a wild night.
yeah. It's now I'm glad I'm going to be heading back home and I'm on the train. I'm train maxing.
That's so funny. I mean, you are. You're going cross country. That's pretty. I don't think you can max out harder than that. Um,
Yes.
that's awesome, man. Did you have any questions tonight?
No. Just want to talk to you. Just talk.
Good, man. Yeah, it's It's a good way to wind down the night. I'm definitely tired. It's been 3 hours. More debates than
But
I'm used to.
yeah, but actually before I went to Lacrosse Station, I was actually in Lacrosse, Wisconsin. I went to a music store, Dave's guitar store, and I tried custom shop basses. I remember, and this dude, this Dave, the owner of the store, upstairs, he has like a private collect. You can see his like his private collection of like guitars. Like he had a double neck Rickenbacker, a 1952 original precision bass. He had like so many guitars. It was so crazy, and some of them were like really rare.
What kind of music are you into? I know you're into vintage clothes. I don't know about the music.
Uh, I'm into all types of music, mostly classics. I think rock and metal is kind of like funk, kind of like my genres.
Yeah. Um, do you play an instrument?
Yeah, I'm practicing. I'm learning how to play the
I think
bass.
you told me that. That's why it popped in my head. That's why I asked. That's awesome, man. Do you have a bass then?
Yeah, I actually have free basses.
Wow. Wow.
I got a Precision, regular Fender Precision, a Rickenbacker 4000 free, and a 6-string fretless.
How far along in your training are you?
I'm kind of self-taught. I hope I get lessons in the future so I can expand like on music theory and stuff.
Do you learn on like YouTube and stuff?
Yeah.
Nice. Good for you, man. I shamelessly do not know how to play an instrument. I've always wanted to learn to play the drums. I've contemplated getting an electronic drum set because there's no way I'm going to do that in my house. But yeah, that's probably a goal of mine. You might have just inspired me to really pick that up. My buddy is the drummer for Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he tours with John Fogerty, and I've been able to go backstage at the Hollywood Bowl. It's pretty cool. Yeah, his name's Richard Millsap. Check him out. Dude is dope.
Yeah.
He's one of my good buddies. He's a good friend, good guy. And the guy on keys, his name's Doug. I'm going to his wedding next month. But yeah, I've seen CCR a few times now. And John can still rock for, I think he's at like 80 something.
Yeah, it's just there's this joke that I kind of made that nothing makes me more of an alpha male than being a train conductor because I'm in control of movement.
I mean, hey, when it comes to the train, I think the conductor's probably the alpha male. I would say that, even though I don't believe in that philosophy, I would say in that situation it probably applies.
Yeah, it's a joke, kind of joke I say to myself.
Well, dude, hey man, it was good catching up with you. I do need to run, man, but enjoy your
I
train
know.
ride home. I'm glad you had a good time with your family. So
Yeah.
next Thursday, you'll be just at home chilling now.
No, it'll take me a while to get back home.
Oh, so you won't even be home next Thursday?
I'll be home on the 12th of April,
Oh,
April
so
12th.
yeah, you'll be home by next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, you have a safe journey back. You know, um, Wes, you're a good dude, man. I enjoy talking with you.
Yeah, you too.
All right, you have a good rest of your trip. Give your mom a hug, and I'll catch you next week, man.
All right, you too.
Later, man.
Bye.
All right, everybody. Thank you, BC's dad. I love you, homie. Hang in there, man. Don't trip over tonight. I'm excited about your live. Dion, send me that DM. Nicole, everybody, all the Kristen, all the peeps, all the usuals, man. I really appreciate this this community. It's nice to see familiar faces every week. Yeah, I'm gonna post the live. I've been posting them on YouTube if anybody wants to watch them. I've been recording them. This one's gonna be interesting. Nah, I gotta go, Paris. I gotta go. Catch me next week. All right, everybody. Have a good weekend.